passes this year. Both these quarterbacks have had spectacular years.
The pressure will be on both pass defenses in this one. Sean Smalls of UMass is a great cover corner. He needs a big game if the Minutemen hope to keep their national title drive alive. It's UMass and Southern Illinois next from Carbondale. Cold and windy, but we are ready for playoff football. The NCAA Division I quarterfinals here in Carbondale, Southern Illinois, playing host to 7th-seeded UMass. Jerry Kill has done a tremendous job turning around the program here in Carbondale. He is in his 7th season. Don Brown, defense is his forte. He was the defensive coordinator when UMass won the national championship back in 1998 under Mark Whipple, and he has done a masterful job here in Amherst.
They are blitzing when they get off the bus. Don Brown really brings it.
Weather today, this will be a factor. It's a little warmer than most people expected. Temperatures are in the low 50s. The winds will come out of the southeast at 14 miles an hour. We have a 50% chance of rain, but that will diminish as the game goes on. UMass will kick off, and Southern Illinois will receive. Doug?
Certainly one of the keys to this game will be whether Southern Illinois can handle the blitzes of UMass. Nick Hill is going to have to get the ball out of his hand.
Chris Copeland puts leather to the ball and sends this one through the end zone for a touchback.
That almost went through the uprights. A little pumped up, huh?
Yeah, that's his 19th touchback on 68 kickoffs this year.
Of course, to be fair, he does have that 14-mile-an-hour wind behind him, and of course, Southern Illinois will be going into that wind here in the first quarter.
Quarterback Nick Hill needs a win today to extend a career that began as a basketball player at Western Kentucky. He completes 74% of his passes, leads the Gateway in passing efficiency. He directs an attack that's put up 44 or more points 6 times this season. He can also run it. He's got rushing touchdowns in 2 of the last 3 games. And they will start it on the ground. And that is John Randall, the Kansas transfer, who takes it up near the 30-yard line and a first down. For the Salukis on offense, their offensive line, Darren Marquez leads this veteran group. He's a first-team All-Gateway pick. At right tackle, Craig Gombrink starts, but we'll see Andrew Kearns over there a lot as well. Backs and receivers, SIU does it by committee. The Salukis have completed passes to 19 different receivers. Senior John Randall from Wichita is the leading rusher. He started his career at Kansas, but wants to end it with a national title for Southern Illinois. It is indeed a first down. 1st and 10 for SIU. We are just underway from Carbondale. Glad you could join us. From the eye this time. And they will keep it on the ground. Let's check our UMass defensive lineup. Along the line, this is a blitz-happy group up front. The ends get to the passer. David Burris, 9.5 sacks. Michael Hansen has 7 more. Linebackers, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better group in this division. Jason Hatchell, over 100 tackles again this year. Charles Walker, a first-team all-conference pick. He had a huge interception last week against Fordham. In the secondary, Don Brown replaced 3 of 4 starters this year. Sean Smalls is the best cover corner. 2nd down and 9. Play action. Flag is down. Hill throwing on the run. Pass is caught. And racing down the sidelines. Inside the 10. 5. Touchdown. The reception. Byron Geddes, the backup tight end. But will this play be coming back? There's a flag at the 32-yard line. Geddes, the 28-year-old former minor league baseball player in the Kansas City Royals organization.
Well, this is a huge call right now.
Number 48 on the defense was in the neutral zone at the snap. The penalty is declined. The result is a touchdown.
So it'll stand a touchdown early for Southern Illinois.
Well, and I'll tell you, if you watch Nick Hill here, he shows his athleticism, spinning out of the pocket, hits the tight end, get us right there. The safety misses, and he is gone.
So just like that, Southern Illinois strikes first. And the extra point attempt is up and good by Kyle Doherty. Geddes makes the big play early for the Salukis. UMass touches the ball first when we return. Well, Geddes picked a great time for his first career touchdown, wouldn't you say? 69 yards and not scored a TD all year long. 3 plays, 80 yards, 53 ticks. And just like that, Southern Illinois, which has outscored its opponents 96-36 in the first quarter, they've got a quick 7-0 lead.
Well, they really do, and I'll tell you, the big 255-pounder, he was booking it down that sideline.
Yeah. Doherty with the kick. It's a short kick, fielded at the 20-yard line. That's Jeremy Horn trying to get to the outside, and he ran a long way and took it out to the 34-yard line.
You know, and the wind was definitely a factor. Remember, Southern Illinois is kicking into the wind now and then going against it. UMass has the wind behind them. That's why they hit that low line drive squib kick. Liam
Cohn, in just 3 years, he's rewritten the passing records at UMass, and not only does he put up the big numbers, he also wins the big games. He's 29-7 as a starter. He's been bothered by a left knee problem all year, so he's not as mobile as he was at the beginning of the season, but in the pocket, he can make all the throws. One back set. Cohen steps up, sacked.
James Cloud, I tell you, that's what he does best. He has 6.5 sacks this year. Boy, what a great move he made on the back right there. He is a demon. He is really, really tough to block in pass protection.
Well, UMass has allowed only, coming into play today, 52 sacks in their last 50 games dating back to 04, but the first pass attempt here in Carbondale, and the sack collected by James Cloud. He's now got 7.5 sacks on the year. Out of the eye. On 2nd and 15. This is Lawrence. Makes one man miss and takes it up near the 38-yard line. Offensive line, a veteran group. Vladimir Dukas, the only new starter up front at left tackle. Matt Austin at center, a virtual lock for All-American honors. Backs and receivers, no shortage of big play guys here. Lawrence has rushed for nearly 1,500 yards. The receivers are big and fast. Rancher, 8 catches, 198 yards, and 2 touchdowns last week against Fordham.
You know, and you're going to see number 33 for Southern Illinois, James Cloud, a defensive end. You'll see him in a stand-up position most of the day today. And he really, he can see the field better. There's a lot of reasons why they use that.
They spread it out, and the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Lawrence. And the Salukis are all jacked up. Craig Turner with the deflection.
I tell you, Craig Turner came very, very close to coming up with his football. Let's see who. One of the defensive linemen got a paw on it. He almost came up with that interception. Wow.
Now we've got a change at the punter situation for UMass. Scott Woodward, the backup quarterback, replacing Brett Arnold, who had all kinds of problems against Fordham last week. And now we've got a stoppage of play.
And the timeout is charged to UMass. That's their first time out of the game.
Now that's got to really burn Don Brown. You know, you change punters and you put them on the field for the very first time, and you have to burn a timeout. Our officials today, by the way, are coming from the Ohio Valley Conference. The NCAA Division I Football Championship concludes on ESPN2 HD on December 14th. Game coverage begins at 8 p.m. for a preview of every NCAA National Championship, including the 2007 NCAA Division I Football Championship. Go to ncaasports.com, the official online home of all 88 NCAA championships. Craig Turner is back to receive the punt for Southern Illinois. He'll become the all-time leader in punt return yardage in the Gateway with 20 yards in punt returns.
He's got it right now.
And he blasts across the 40 and takes it up to the 43-yard line. A fine return. That was a 53-yard punt.
You know, both of these teams have outstanding return guys. Take a look at Craig Turner right here. And, of course, not a bad first punt by Scott Woodward. But, boy, look at Turner right here. Really, really good as a return guy. That's a great move. Made a double move right there. That almost went out the gate. Tackle made by, that was a hobby right there that really saved UMass.
And there you see how prolific the Salukis have been offensively, 3rd in this division in scoring. Hill. This is Randall. Cuts it up nicely. 1st down and more in the UMass territory down to the 47.
Well, you know, that's really the best way to handle all the blitzing that UMass does is run it right at them. That is obviously the game plan. And, you know, and they've been very, very successful, only throwing 1 pass so far.
Well, Randall had 3 touchdowns against Missouri State, but only 1 rushing touchdown in the last 4 games since.
Matt Linegrover, the offensive coordinator for Southern Illinois, this was really a big part of this package to come with 2 tight ends, which they have right now, and run it right at them.
Alan Turner is at the top of the screen. Flanker screen, and defensed well by UMass. Nowhere to go. Michael Meggett came up and made the stop. Alan Turner just had nowhere to go.
He really didn't. And excellent defense. Take a look, just the quick wide receiver screen, and that's the safety that comes up. Take a look at it right here. That's the safety that comes up and makes the hit right there. Nice open field tackle by Meggett.
All right, completed pass, but no gain. 2nd down and 10. Check this shift. Tight formation. Offset eye. Play action for Hill. Pass out of the backfield, incomplete. Rick Burgess was open. And Coach, I'm not sure, maybe the wind might have taken that ball.
Definitely, because Nick Hill's going to make that throw about 99 out of 100 times, and he missed that one. Maybe a little nerves early in the game. Boy, Burgess, when we looked at tape this week, man, is he a stud dog blocker. I mean, he really gets after those linebackers. Really a physical guy. Only 6 foot 215, but plays a lot better. Bigger than that. 4.0 student as well.
3rd and 10. You see that conversion rate. 3rd in this division. 2nd in the gateway. Going to roll the pocket for Hill. Going to throw it.
He's got it.
Very close to the 1st down.
I think he's got it, Dave. And a late flag, a little extracurricular downfield.
Turner needed the 37, and they're going to mark this ball at the 36. And we're going to tack on some more.
Wow. Well, again, this is the way to beat the blitz as well. You sprint out and you move your quarterback around. What a nice touch throw right there to Courtney Robinson. He knew exactly where he had to get for that 1st down. And then the extracurricular with the defensive back and the wide receiver. Boy, Southern Illinois, you couldn't have scripted a better start for Jerry Kill.
Jeff Hillar of the OVC is our referee. Phil Goforth splits out wide. Randall is a wingback to the left, and he gets the ball, and he cannot get away. And that was a great play by Michael Hansen. Converted linebacker. He started every game this year. 27% of his tackles are tackles for loss.
Yeah, this is really a bust right here. If you can see, he's unblocked. Michael Hansen is unblocked from the backside, and that is a total bust in blocking assignments.
Both of these teams shuffling personnel on this 2nd down and 12. Goforth again to the top. Justin Allen, who's nursing a sore shoulder, comes in motion to the wide side. Play action, flag is down. Pass is caught. Able to slip the ball out to the fullback. This time Burgess makes the catch, and he's immediately dropped.
I think this is going to be a procedure penalty against the Salukis. I think the wide receiver was going towards the line of scrimmage, the wide receiver that motioned.
Yeah, so this one will go.
There you see Jerry Kill right there. Unbelievable job he's done. This program had not had a winning season in 11 years. This program was totally in the ashes when he took over. Tremendous job.
An illegal shift by the offense. Not all players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
All right, so mark that one back 5 yards. Southern Illinois does a pretty good job, Doug, in terms of avoiding the penalties. About 43% 83 yards a game. Conversely, UMass is one of the most penalized teams in this division, more than 80 yards a game.
Well, you know, a lot of the UMass penalties, though, I have to stick up for them a little bit. A lot of them are what I call effort penalties, and those you can live with. But the penalties like that right there, illegal formations, illegal shifts, offsides, you can't live with those as a coach.
Turner and Allen to the top. Here's Hill looking across the middle. Pass is caught. It's inside the red zone to the 18-yard line, and the reception is Phil Goforth.
Yeah, and again, that was a blitz, and they caught him in it, and watch this now. Here comes the blitz, and that's what you want to run against the blitz is crossing routes, and that's the problem. And that's Sean Small right there, their top corner. But again, those crossing routes are very, very difficult to cover when you're man-to-man like that.
And Smalls may have saved a touchdown with that tackle. 3rd down and 7. Turner is to the bottom this time. Hill rolls that way, rolling wide, avoids one tackler, going to tuck it, going to run it, and he has got the first down at the 10-yard line, an 8-yard gain.
Well, this is absolutely a wonderful game plan by Matt Linegover, the offensive coordinator. The blitz comes from his backside, and again, you want to move that quarterback, and I'll tell you, the lefty shows his running ability right there. You know, he's a heck of an athlete. He went to Western Kentucky on a basketball scholarship initially.
So it is 1st and goal with the ball resting at the 10-yard line. Handoff. Wow. Inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown. Richard White.
Boy, what a start for the Salukis in this football game. Take a look at it. This is just a straight isolation power play. That was a great job by Aaron Lockwood, number 61, the left guard right there. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier, Rick Burgess, the fullback. Take a look at the fullback here in Lockwood right there, 46-61. Terrific job on the power play.
Southern Illinois with a very quick start here at home. Doherty's kick is up and good. No, he missed it. No, he missed the kick.
Well, this just shows, you know, how important the home advantage is. You know, this is the 4th quarterfinal game in a row for Southern Illinois, but this is the first one that's been at home. What an advantage.
Doherty had made 40 point-afters in a row. You're watching the NCAA Division I Football Championship. 13-0 Southern Illinois with an early lead in the NCAA Division I quarterfinals. 8 plays, 60 yards. Richard White, a 10-yard touchdown run for the Salukis. Doherty set to kick off. The freshman from Merritt Island, Florida, just missed an extra point after 40 consecutive makes. Short kick taken, and out to the 36-yard line goes Horn. What do you make of this quick start?
Well, you know, it's always tough when you go on the road in these playoff games. It's a short week of preparation and everything else. But, you know, it really shows, I think, the home field advantage. Both of these teams have been fast starters in the first quarter all year, though.
So UMass takes the ball at the 35-yard line. They were 3 and out on their last possession. They'll go with a one-back set. Lawrence. They'll swing it out. Pass is caught. Out near the marker for a 9-yard gain.
J.J. Moore.
Moore made the catch. Here's a look at the defense. Up front, SIU operates out of a 4-3. Larry Luster's the run stuffer. Rush end James Cloud will operate most of the time with his hand off the ground. Linebackers, Chauncey Mixon leads the Salukis in tackles. And like Mixon, middle linebacker Brandon Jordan, second team all Gateway honors this week. In the secondary, Craig Turner has had his best tackle totals the last 2 weeks. And safety Clayton Johnson from Miami Central High is a first team all Gateway pick.
There we see our guy, James Cloud. He's a stand-up defensive end. And that's him making the tackle right there on that play. And the reason they stand him up, Dave, he's not very big. He's 6'2", 215. Take a look at here, but he's 6'2", 215. He sees the field a lot better. Watch him right here. Read this. Play off. He's really got quick hands. And that allows him to play off the block of the tight end right there. He's right there in on the play.
3rd and 1, and it's a long one. The Minutemen have to reach the 45 to keep this drive alive. 13-0. This is UMass's second largest deficit of the season. They were down 17-0 at Boston College before coming back. They ended up losing that game by 10, 24-14. Here's the handoff, the cutback, and Lawrence, using some of those fullback skills, powers his way across the 45 to the 46, and it is indeed a first down.
You know, and Matt Lawrence has had a very, very solid year at tailback this year. 1,473 yards. He is probably not quite in the class of some of the running backs they've had. Steve Baylart, who we saw last year, is on the Arizona practice squad. Marcel Shipp, before that, was a great one. So they've had some pretty good tradition there at running back.
Yeah, and Shipp's out in Arizona as well. What's up with that?
He sure is.
1st and 10. To Lawrence, Cohen on the run, got it away, thrown across his body, was able to make the catch, and the catch is to Moore. So Moore's got it at the Saluki 38.
This is always kind of awkward for the quarterback, a right-handed quarterback here coming to his left. He does a good job of getting those hips turned and makes a very accurate throw to Moore.
All right, Moore has been over 100 yards in receptions the last 2 games.
Young guy from St. Petersburg, Florida.
They went to Gibbs High School, just a couple blocks away from Tropicana Field. Here's Lawrence. Breaks one tackle, then another. He's got the first down across the 25, down near the 24-yard line. So now UMass, a little bit of a counterattack after they trail early 13-0.
I really expect this to be a high-scoring game. Here's the power, and watch Lawrence now. He's a north and south runner. He played fullback last year. He's about 210. He's a senior, transferred from Connecticut.
They had a great game last week in the opening round of the playoffs against Fordham. 167 yards and 3 touchdowns. More Lawrence. Again, they try the right side. He slips 1 tackle and picks up maybe 2.
You know, when I looked at this Southern Illinois defense on tape this week, I thought 2 things really struck me. One, they don't miss a lot of tackles. They're a very good tackling team. They are tough to run against inside. I thought, we looked at the tape, we both did, Dave, of them playing Northern Illinois. We're a Division I team that they beat. And, of course, they beat Indiana the year before. I mean, this is a solid football program here.
Yeah, Southern Illinois will play at Northwestern next year. Tracy Clays is the defensive coordinator in our meetings yesterday. Really excited about this matchup. Here's Lawrence. Inside the 10. Flag is down, and it looks like this might be a hold. Flags flying, and it might be Ducasse.
It is Ducasse. It's the left tackle, no question about it. There are 3 flags on the field. They all had it. When you get those linemen in the open field, no question about it.
Lawrence already had the first down.
Take a look at it right there. There's right there. Ducasse right there, left arm. No question about that. He's got a piece of him right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good tackle right there.
He was engaged with Brandon Williams.
You know, when you do that in the open field, they're going to get you every time.
So instead of 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line, it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
There you see Don Brown, not real happy about that call.
Check it, they moved the marker. It'll be 2nd and 6, the line of scrimmage, just inside the Southern Illinois 20. UMass in the red zone this year, 37-48. Cone sacked again for the 2nd time, all the way back at the 30. And again, it's James Cloud.
Wow. He now is up to 8.5 sacks for the season. He really has a burst and shows tremendous quickness. Take a look at it right here. This is watch the quickness right there, though, and the closing speed of James Cloud out of Hackensack, New Jersey. Wow, what a great open field tackle on Cone.
He's an administration of justice major, and he just laid the law down to Cone. 3rd and 16. This is the 10th play of the drive. 3 wide. Lawrence will wing to the right. Cone right down the seam. Incomplete. Contact. No flags.
Well, that was the famous Tampa 2. That's the way to play cover 2 with that middle linebacker. Watch the middle linebacker here now. He has to carry the seams down the middle of the field. And take a look at it right here. You see Trevor Moe running right down the middle field. That was really very well covered.
So field goal attempt upcoming by Copeland, the senior from Kings Park, New York. No field goal attempts in the last 2 games.
46-yarder, wind at his back.
From the center of the field. Oh, he's got more than enough leg. And it's good. He boomed that one through. UMass on the board. They stall inside the 20, but now they pull to within 10 at 13-3. UMass advanced to the quarterfinals by taking out Patriot League champ Fordham in Amherst last week. Liam Cohen, UMass record for passing yards in a game, 419 yards, 4 TD passes. Matt Lawrence, his 9th 100-yard rushing game of the season, 167 yards, 3 rushing TDs. Rashid Rancher had the 2nd most receiving yards in UMass history with 198. And senior Charles Walker, first career interception, set up the game-sealing drive as Lawrence ran in for his 3rd touchdown of the game from 2 yards out. The Minutemen piled up 649 yards of total offense, 2nd most in school history. Don Brown and company moving on to 49-35 over Fordham. Well, Copeland, with his 10th career field goal of over 40 yards, 46 yards, has got UMass on the board. It's 13-3, 10 plays, 36 yards, just over 4 minutes. Copeland from 46.
That last field goal would have been good from 60 yards.
Yeah,
I mean, he really pounded it.
There's got 1 touchback, and you can make it 2.
Well, now he does have about a 13-mile-an-hour wind behind him, but boy, he really hits the ball hard. You got to be impressed with him. He really pounds it. Good size, 6'3", 210 senior kicker.
All right, it'll be interesting to see how the Salukis answer the field goal. They have just romped and stomped up the field with their early possessions.
And a key issue, the Salukis have been against the wind here now the whole first quarter and still have a 13-3 lead.
Deji Kareem is in as a wing to the right of Hill. And the handoff goes to John Randall, who slices off the left side and finds good 1st down yardage, picks up nearly 8.
Yeah, again, Don Brown is now going to his run-down blitz package on 1st and 10, but the offensive line of the Salukis, Marquez, Lockwood, and Farrell in particular on the left side really did a nice job picking up the stunts and the blitzes.
Farrell, the junior from Lake Bluff, Lake Forest High School, the only new starter up there. Power set, 2 tight ends as they operate out of the eye. Going to kick this one to the outside, and there is running room out there for Richard White. He has got the 1st down. White, who has the 10-yard touchdown run, the 2nd TD in the 1st quarter for the Salukis, takes it out to the 44.
Richard White out of Vicksburg, Mississippi, really showed a nice burst right here around the corner. That's Sean Small that's knocking him out of bounds right there.
So it is a 1st down.
The Salukis are just relentless on offense.
Justin Allen to the top. Again, Hill from the gun. They'll use a variety of formations. Going to hand the ball off. It's White again. He's got a great burst and another 1st down to the 46-yard line of UMass.
What a great cutback he made on the zone play right there. I mean, it was designed to go to the right side of the offensive line. And again, that left side, Lockwood in particular, and Marquez, the left guard and left tackle, they opened up a gaping hole on the backside. Richard White did a nice job of seeing it, made a great cutback. left tackle, Marquez, 77, he's definitely a pro prospect. He's going to be drafted, and boy, Lockwood is pretty darn close to the left guard.
Yeah, and he's another part of the Salukis pipeline to Louisiana. Hand off to White. Just keep riding it. A little crossbuck action, and he'll take it down near the 42-yard line for a gain of 4. Yeah, quite a few players, Doug, have made the journey up from Louisiana here to Southern Illinois. You wouldn't naturally think that that would be a fertile recruiting ground, but the train runs that way, and there are an awful lot of folks from Louisiana who have played at Southern Illinois.
Yeah, amazingly, you know, they have a large alumni population down in Louisiana, Southern Illinois.
And Brandon Jordan's the starting linebacker for the Salukis, the son of Buford Jordan, the former star at McNeeson of the NFL. Right on the scene, Geddes again! He already has a 69-yard touchdown catch, and now he takes it down to the UMass 14.
Well, again, what a great touch throw by Nick Hill. Take a look at it right now. The tight end right here, they're just going to go right down the seam. And again, they catch him in it, and it's a man-to-man coverage. Take a look at it right here. They actually caught the safety in cover 2. That's the linebacker right there trying to run with the tight end, and he beats him at a nice touch throw by Hill. Perfect throw against the cover 2.
Coming into the game, Geddes only had 6 catches, and now he's had 2 big plays here in the opening quarter.
How about that?
White trying to bounce it outside, can't do it. Nice tackle made by George Bird.
Yep.
Another Floridian on this UMass defensive unit from Naples.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing as you look at these rosters and players from all over the country, ending up in the Northeast at the UMass, and of course here at Southern Illinois. You know, Cloud, the great backer who's had 2 sacks already. He's from Hackensack, New Jersey. How the heck does he end up out here? But he did, and I'll tell you what, he's playing great for Southern Illinois.
Too tight again. Geddes lined up to the right of the formation, but they throw to the left to the fullback. Touchdown! Rick Burgess, the fullback, makes the catch for the score.
Boy, you have got to be impressed with Nick Hill. There you see Burgess going to the sideline. He's like, wait a minute, I'm in on the extra point. Take a look at it right now. Play action, and there's Burgess right there sneaking into the flat, and that is just a perfect throw. That's hard to defend. And, of course, they're going to go for 2 here since they missed the extra point earlier.
All right, so 2-point conversion attempt coming. Got to like the Salukis' chances here. They have done everything right since the opening kickoff. Power set. Now they shift out of it.
That timeout might have been called from the sideline from the Saluki.
To Southern Illinois.
Yep, that came from the sideline. There was something wrong with that.
Timeout.
There was something wrong with that. There's Carl Mock right there. You see the big guy standing right there. Take a look at the. Did he get in the end zone right here? This is Burgess. Let's see. Did his knee hit the ground before? It's close. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, that was close. Let's put it that way. Of course, now we have no replay in these playoffs.
Well, instant replay will not be implemented into this playoff format until the semifinal round. So that was not a reviewable play.
Yep. Now next week they will have replay available to all the games played.
Both semifinal games will have replay available. So now, following the timeout, Southern Illinois will go for the conventional extra point, and Doherty starts a new streak by putting this one right down the middle.
Both of these kickers really are solid. They both hit the ball well. They both get it up fast. I really love that with these young kickers that learn how to get that ball up quick, and both of them do that.
Hey, you know, I'm impressed by Southern Illinois, but I'm just as impressed by their fans. 5 minutes before this game, there was nobody in the stands, and then everybody raced in here just at the right time.
Well, this is a huge weekend here in Carbondale. Southern Illinois plays IU, Indiana, tonight here in basketball, and they're pretty pumped up about that as well. So it's a great weekend here in Carbondale, Illinois. It's a neat college town. First time I've been here. Really a pretty place.
We're in Carbondale, Illinois for the NCAA Division I quarterfinals. I'm Dave Weekley along with Doug Graber. We're at McAndrew Stadium, where homestanding Southern Illinois, the 4th seed, leads UMass 20-3 with 1:22 to go. And it's been an avalanche of offense early by the Salukis.
Now again, remember, the Salukis are kicking into the wind.
Kickoff return and a big time hit. Wow. Stephen Franklin, the freshman from Kansas City. All right, so here we are in Carbondale. This is the semifinal round at McAndrew Stadium. An early start for Southern Illinois. Happy to be alongside Doug Graber today. I'm Dave Weekley. UMass wearing their white. That's traditional. They've done that ever since their championship year of 1998 for Mark Whipple. Road to the quarterfinals. UMass won the Colonial, won a coin flip with Richmond for the automatic bid. Southern Illinois second in the gateway to Northern Iowa. Time to make some moves, and look out, it's Rancher. Whoa! Not gonna catch him. Rancher to the house. 71 yards. Touchdown, UMass.
6'5", 200-pound senior, and man, did he turn on the jets. He caught that little in route, and buddy, it was over rapidly. Both these teams and both these quarterbacks can put a lot of points up on the board in a hurry.
Well, Rancher's got all the ability in the world. He's exploded this year after just combining for 2 total catches in the last 2 years.
Averages 19.6 a catch. That's big numbers, especially for a guy 6'5".
Kick is up and good.
Boy, just like that, Dave, we're 20-10, and I got a feeling, just kind of get a feeling for a game. This really could be a shootout. Take a look at right here. Liam makes a great throw, hits him right on stride on the in route, and boy, Golds and Rashid, he really, really turns on the jets right here now, big time.
Boy, you see those numbers, and doesn't he remind you of another great wide receiver in New England this year, Randy Moss?
Well, I guess so. 6'5", tall, slender, and you know, he almost shocked me with that burst he showed after he caught the football. There was Rashid Rancher, 6'5", 200-pound senior out of Golds, Florida.
And Randy Moss wore number 3 in high school.
Did he really? I did not know that. Of course, Dave, you have all the facts. I can never get one by you.
Well, that's a great play by Rancher, and they do have the big playability. And we thought, Doug, going into the game that UMass, with their receivers and the height that they have, not just Rancher, but more, they would have the advantage against the smaller defensive backs of Southern Illinois. That's the longest pass play of the year for UMass. Ties for 12th longest in Minutemen history.
Boy, we're in the first quarter. We've got 30 points scored already.
Rancher now has the longest, the second longest, and the third longest touchdowns in UMass football history. Copeland set to kick it off. And if you just joined us, you missed a lot. Copeland with another kick, and he's 3 for 3 on touchbacks.
Yeah, really, that's the only one that was even close. The other 2 were out of the back of the end zone. His leg must be getting a little tired.
All right, here I am, the master of the obvious, Doug. But this is one of those games where if you're on offense, you just got to keep scoring. Yeah,
you really do. And you can't afford to have turnovers, and you just have to have the mentality that you're going to score every single possession. Boy, and both quarterbacks, you know, I mean, as advertised, both of these quarterbacks have been very, very impressive here in the first quarter. Cohen put that one right on the money. And that young guy you see right there, Nick Hill.
6'7", 133 yards and 2 TDs.
Not bad. Not bad.
That's about as good as it can get. Hill, here's a keeper. Does that very well. Takes it to the 27-yard line for a gain of 7. We're inside of a minute to play in a wild opening period.
But you know, I love the playoffs. I really do. I love the FCS Football Championship Subdivision, formerly known as 1AA. And the playoffs, there's nothing better. I was involved in way back in 1982 when I was a head coach at Montana State. Loved it then, still love it.
Second down and 3. Hill, fake, throws. Ooh, that was nearly picked off.
Courtney Robinson, nice job. Good body, showed a lot of body control down the sideline. Straight man-to-man coverage. Turned and had great body control right there to get back and knock that one away.
There, Courtney Robinson, another Floridian, Delray Beach, Atlantic High School. Joined UMass prior to the preseason in '06 and has played ever since.
There you see Coach Brown right there. Now he's the head coach. He coaches the secondary, and he really makes all the defensive calls. I mean, that is a heavy, heavy load for a head coach with all the responsibilities that you have.
All right, third down, 3rd and 3. Bouncing it to the outside is Randall. First down and more. Breaks a tackle. Finally knocked out of bounds at the UMass 45.
Boy, just one big play after the other. Both of these offenses are really explosive. Take a look at this from the high end zone. That's the power play. Boy, what a great block by number 77, Marquez right there. You can see why he is an NFL prospect. He's going to be drafted. He's a senior.
Doug, the left side of that Saluki line just closed down the UMass defense. There were no white jerseys around.
They just absolutely caved it in. Kevin Kearns, the tight end, Marquez, and Lockwood, the guard. Little movement there.
Here goes White. And forward progress of maybe a yard.
Boy, does that Don Brown defense, do they run to the football? Boy, there were a bunch of white jerseys all over that one.
Yeah, a bunch of guys with bad intentions. And Charles Walker led the way. Jerry Kill coaching him up.
And Jerry Kill on the other side for Southern Illinois, he stays mostly with the offensive side of the football.
All right, we've come to the end of our opening quarter. Lots of offensive fireworks in Carbondale. The pregame scene was great, and the game's been even greater. 20-10, Southern Illinois leads UMass after 1. Set to start the second quarter, Southern Illinois with a 20-10 lead on UMass. Dave Weekly, Doug Graber. First quarter, lots of offense. UMass has got to find a way to at least slow down the Salukis. Doug, they've got 250 total yards after the first quarter.
Well, unbelievable. And some big plays to the tight end who had, what, 6 catches coming in. Amazing.
Randall spins his way down to the 41-yard line. And that's been a rarity in this game, a play that didn't result in a touchdown.
I love the playoffs, so I say, hey, loser goes home. I mean, this is really what it's all about. And, you know, these are young guys, 2 great programs, and they're anxious to get to that championship game in 2 weeks in Chattanooga.
All right, so Southern Illinois is on the drive. Don't forget, the winner of this game gets the winner of Northern Iowa and Delaware. 3rd down and 6. Hill on the play action. Incomplete. And that's his first bad throw today.
Yeah, that's the first throw that he really missed.
And we've already got a final in as far as the playoffs are concerned. Appalachian, the 2-time defending champs in Boone, win a shootout with Eastern Washington 38-35, and they have reached the half at Northern Iowa. And Delaware leads the game 19-13. If Northern Iowa wins, they will host the winner of this game. Punt into the end zone for a touchback. Flag is down.
That was procedure right at the very start of the punt.
Scott Ravanesi with the punt for the Salukis, and we'll check out the penalty.
You know, and the number 2 and 3 seeds in the tournament have already been beaten. This is taking a while.
The illegal motion.
I'm sure they'll decline this.
So UMass should have the ball at the 20.
I would certainly think so. You know, a lot of the teams now are using the rugby-style punt, and the punting game has changed.
Illegal motion by the offense. The penalty is 5 yards. Will be added to the end of the run. 1st and 10 on the 25.
Okay, so make it the 25.
Yep. The punting game in college football has changed so much there. You see Coach Kill right there. By the way, rumored to be under consideration at Colorado State.
Yeah, Colorado State. Sonny Lubick has retired. Here's a look at the quarterfinals. We're in the top portion of the bracket. Northern Iowa, Delaware, and of course our game, UMass at Southern Illinois, the 4 seed. Bottom, Appalachians moved on. Wofford and Richmond, very interesting game. Wofford of the Southern Conference and Richmond, another representative of the CAA. Here's Lawrence. And he'll stretch it out to the 29-yard line for a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
You know, Dave, you and I did the game between UMass and New Hampshire last year, and that was a shootout, and that came right down to the very end of the game. And that win by UMass propelled them right into the national championship game.
And New Hampshire was the only 4-loss team to make the playoff field this year behind their tremendous quarterback, Ricky Santos. 2nd down and 6. Here's Lawrence weaving his way across the 30 to the 32-yard line, and that'll set up 3rd down and 3. Boy, Lawrence, the 5th-year senior from Bloomfield, Connecticut, finally in his 5th year gets to be the man, the top tailback, and he's really taken full advantage of the opportunity.
Played some at Connecticut, but boy, they were loaded at running back there. And he says, you know what, I think I might be better served going to UMass, and this really worked out well for him.
Boy, you know, you think back to when he replaced Terry Colley in that game at Virginia Tech. That seems like a million years ago now. Cohn had Lawrence open for a 1st down, and you won't see that too often where Hill and Cohen threw passes badly back-to-back.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened on both the 3rd down conversions right there, and Don Brown right there. But boy, Cohen has given him a great year. Has played through that knee injury. You know, they used to run some option with him, cut all that part out of it. And boy, here is an important situation right here. Scott Woodward, the backup quarterback, punted.
They're replacing Brett Arnold. Of course, Christian Kogel did such a great job for 4 years for UMass. That's going to look like a line drive.
Well, into the
paper
wind
tomorrow.
Yep.
That's actually a pretty good punt.
That's a very good punt.
Time for a local break. 20-10, the Salukis with the football and the lead. You're watching the NCAA Division I Football Championship. Well, the Salukis. Well, the Saluki mascot is a dog.
Beautiful, beautiful animals. Oldest purebred dog in the world, and there's the grave of the original Saluki mascot, King Tut, from 53 and 54.
1st and 10 from the 38 following the punt. Oops, can't do that. Craig Combrink.
Before the snap, false start, number 79 on the offense. The penalty is 5 yards, 1st down.
You know, you get out to the Midwest and you see some majors that you don't always see. He's an agribusiness economics major.
Well, this is, you know, we drove through a lot of cornfields to get here. We flew into St. Louis, and then, of course, had a beautiful drive down rolling countryside. Pretty.
Beautiful country. Lots of lakes. 1st and 15. Hill, quick drop. Got the pass away, completed across the 40. And the reception is made by Ryan Kearns, a sophomore from Bloomington. So you got 2 Kearns brothers on the team. One plays tight end, and the other, Andrew Kearns, is the right tackle.
Yeah, and Andrew also is going to double some and play some tight end today and wear 92. In fact, he just came in the game. Big number 92, 6'6", 310, Andrew Kearns, and he and Ryan will line up together here.
Kick it back to the tailback, and Richard White, who's already been a big part of this game with a touchdown run here in the 1st half, takes it out near the 45, but a flag is down.
Boy, Lockwood, number 61, the left guard, pulled around on that play and blocked the linebacker. Man, he showed a lot of quickness. There's Jerry Kill. Let's take a look at the call now.
All right, that was Sean Smith.
Yeah. Now take a look at this right here. Here you're going to see the hold right here. But take a look at this pull by Lockwood. Watch his athletic skill. 61. Look at him come around right there. And I'll tell you, that is a 305 pounds coming at you. Man, he is a good-looking athlete. State champion shot putter out of Topeka, Kansas.
Goforth to the bottom. And Turner to the top on 2nd and 17. Hill. Blitz coming. And he was just able to get that ball away. The boom was lowered by Charles Walker, the middle linebacker.
Well, first time today that Don Brown has been successful at getting to him. Look at Lock.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what a shot he took right there. And again, you know, when you get him in 3rd down and now 3rd and very long, that's when the blitz is most effective. No question about that. Look at the numbers here. UMass has blitzed on 160 of the last 318 defensive plays they've had. I mean, this is a blitz-happy group.
Trips to the top, 4 wide on 3rd and 17. Hill rolls the pocket. Pass is caught, and UMass lowers the boom on Randall.
George Bird, the linebacker.
The flag's down.
Uh-oh, here comes a late penalty on the sideline.
It did not appear to be a late hit.
No, something happened on the sideline right after the play.
And it's going to go against UMass.
Wow.
Or will these be offsetting? Yes.
Yep. Just a little bit of yapping going on after that big hit on the sideline by Bird.
Late hit, number 34 on the red team. Penalty's 15 yards, 3rd down.
Also, it was Randall who took exception with the hit. By the way, the 20 points that UMass surrendered in the first quarter, the most since they trailed 21-0 at NC State back in late September 2002.
Boy, Don Brown, what a job he's done at UMass. You know, formerly the defensive coordinator there when they won the national championship in '98, went to Northeastern as the head coach, and had kind of a tough move back to UMass when he came back to UMass as the head coach there.
And don't think I have that minutia right on hand. That's Jason Yellen, the outstanding SID from UMass, feeding me the stuff.
Yeah.
Punt coming. Controlled a low snap. Got the kick away. Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Inside the 15, inside the 10. Moore can only watch it. Oh, that's a touchback. Unbelievable.
Well, you know what? That was a great job by J.J. Moore blocking him so he could not get to that football. That was a great job by J.J. Moore, the return guy. It really was. That was a heads-up play. Take a look at it right here. Take a look at it right here. He's trying to buy time. Totally legal. Terrific, terrific heads-up play by J.J. Moore.
Now, I've got that unofficially as an 84-yard punt. 64-yard net. Any way you cut it, a great kick. 20-10, Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois' Scott Ravenesi tied our school record with this 84-yard punt moments ago.
Well, that's the full 22 shot of that. Wow, unbelievable. And what a heads-up play by J.J. Moore right there.
Coming back to the live action, and here's Ravenesi. You know, you get off an 84-yarder, you'd think you'd at least get the record.
That's incredible. Tied the school record.
Yeah, he had a 70-yarder earlier this year against Southern Utah. And J.J. Moore is out there in the offensive huddle as a wide receiver for UMass.
Heads up play. 2nd
down and 8. Matt Lawrence, 2-yard run to the right. And here we are for 2nd down from the 22. Short drop. Swinging out of the backfield. 1st down. Pass is caught. Moore makes up for it. Makes a nice play. And Marty Rogers, the sophomore from Webb City, Missouri, made the stop.
And just to remind you now, UMass is going into this pretty good breeze. I guess it's around 15-mile-an-hour breeze, but now UMass goes into it here in the 2nd quarter. Obviously, probably helped a little bit on that punt we just saw as well. A factor.
Moore comes out. Michael Omar into the game for UMass as a wide receiver. He's in the slot. Cohen. Good protection down the seam for Omar. He's got it. First down at the Saluki 49.
Boy, this was a tremendous play action pass with the inside slot receiver coming across the field. You want to know why play action? Now watch this now. He's going to come across the field right here, but the play action holds the linebackers. Take a look at it. See the play action hold the linebacker and the safety, and that's why it was wide open coming across the field.
Pickup of 20. Rancher, who has a 69-yard grab to the top of the screen, Moore to the bottom. They go from the eye. Here comes Moore back to the formation. Handoff to Lawrence. Lawrence slips one tackle and fights his way down to the Saluki 45 before he's dropped by the cornerback Brandon Williams.
You know, Lawrence does a good job of running under control. That run in particular really showed me something. He just kind of winds his way through traffic. Very patient. Patience is a virtue with running backs, believe me.
Yeah, but don't underestimate his speed. He has got 4.4 speed, but he is comfortable running between the tackles.
You know, the key thing for a back is to know when to use the speed. All young backs have to learn how to do that.
Lights are on here in Carbondale. Omar makes a tough catch and then has the presence to turn it upfield near the 42.
You know, and just to give you an idea how of the kind of job that Jerry Kill has done with this program, he went out and raised the money for the lights for the stadium himself when he first came here, and it really has been a big factor in their increased attendance, being able to play night games. And I'll tell you what, on a dark, cloudy afternoon like this, it helps.
Oh, absolutely. He's done an amazing job. Southern Illinois won the national championship in '83, but they went into a tailspin after that until he arrived. Cone on the play action. Pass is caught, 35-yard line. And Moore with the clutch catch. It's a first down.
That was just a simple little option route. Take a look at it right here. This is a little option route with Moore, linebacker inside. You go. That time he was being covered from the outside in, so he went inside. He read it well with Cone. A nice third down conversion.
E.J. Barthel comes in. You can see him, number 44. UMass really banged up at running back. Tony Nelson was a game-time decision. He has not been in the game. Barthel is lined up as a fullback right now. Play action for Cone. Good protection. Sending this one down the middle of the field, but no chance for Rancher to make a circus catch. Well defended. Yeah,
the safety. They caught him in a 3-deep, and the safety in the corner really were all over that. Take a look at it. Watch the corner right here. This is a real nice job by Craig Turner. Squeezes him right into the safety. That was Clayton Johnson was in at the free safety that time. Really nowhere. That was a good throwaway, really.
You know, just a couple more points about the fullback spot for UMass today. Brayon Evans is banged up. He's on the trip. Chris Zard has twisted his knee on one of the last plays of last week's game against Fordham. He made the trip but can't play today. Look at Lawrence pick his way all the way down to the 25-yard line, and he is close to another first down.
Well, this is a great play, a huge play right here. Take a look at take a look at it. Again, look at him just wind his way through traffic right there. Nice. And now, you know, rather than third and long, they've got third and very, very short.
Lawrence is the man today at the tailback spot. If he comes out of the game, they're going to have to turn to Jonathan Hernandez, a true freshman, and they don't want to burn his red shirt. He is on the trip, however. Third and a yard. And it looks like Lawrence has it.
Caught him on the quick snap. I believe he got it. In Southern Illinois did a nice job defensively, getting all their big guys in there. They took James Cloud, the pass rusher, out, put the big defensive end. Now, of course, they're putting their normal personnel back on the field.
Fans don't like it, but I think that's a good spot. He easily made that first down.
Yep.
We're at McAndrew Stadium in Carbondale, Illinois. Along with Doug Graber, I'm Dave Weekley. This is the NCAA Division I quarterfinal playoffs. UMass, the champions of the Colonial Athletic Association, in Carbondale taking on Southern Illinois. This is the 10th play of the drive. Cone got it over to Omar, and he is bumped out of bounds near the 14-yard line. So Cohen's a little bit more nimble than we thought.
Yeah, this is exactly the defense that you would like to be in for this play. Unblocked right here, but boy, just a quick little flip by Liam Cohn. Really a heads-up play. You really got to get your head around quick when you're the quarterback on that play action. See that, and what a great history his family has. His dad is one of the legendary high school coaches in Rhode Island. His grandpa was a captain at Boston College way back, and still a big BC fan.
Second down.
Movement again up front.
Check that. That was first down. That was 1st and 10 at the 14. Flag is down.
And Vladimir Dawgs, the left tackle, number 72, just a little bit anxious there.
Before the snap, false start, number 68 on the offense. Penalty is 5 yards, first down.
Officials wrong there. It was 72. Take a look at it. You see the left tackle. See him right there. The left tackle was the first one that jumped.
Kalichi.
Yep.
All right, so Rancher now to the bottom of the screen. You know they want to get one-on-one coverage there. Cohn throws, pass caught. Omar again. And Omar's been big on this drive. And, you know, suddenly that tidal wave of points that Southern Illinois scored in the first quarter, if UMass puts it in here, it's 20-17.
And UMass for the season, listen to this, 77% scores inside the red zone, but more importantly, 32 touchdowns. There are 37 scores, 32 have been touchdowns, only 5 field goals. When they get inside that 20, they are used to putting it in the end zone. There you see the numbers right there, 67%. But boy, what a high touchdown percentage.
How about Southern Illinois? They've only allowed 14 red zone touchdowns the entire season.
Timeout is charged to UMass. They have 1 timeout remaining this half. This is a 30-second timeout.
Probably a pretty good timeout considering the importance of the situation.
Yep, 2nd and long here, and there was something wrong with that formation, and that often happens. And of course, Kevin Morris is the offensive coordinator for UMass. He's upstairs. There you see Coach Kill talking things over with his defensive staff, trying to get a feel for what that play and that formation was going to be.
This would be a great confidence builder for UMass because obviously Southern Illinois gave the Minutemen their best shot in the first period of this game. Southern Illinois put up 250 total yards in the first quarter. There's some information about UMass and Amherst. 1863 it was founded. The enrollment nearly 26,000. Conference, they're in the Colonial now for football. In the Atlantic 10 for basketball. Yep. Of course, they had a huge win at Syracuse at the Carrier Dome on Wednesday night for Travis Ford.
And of course, Southern Illinois plays Indiana here tonight in Carbondale.
Following the timeout, 1 timeout left for UMass here in the first half. Cohen avoided the tackler and got it to Barthel, who took it down to the 8-yard line.
Boy, how he escaped Devin Reese right here. Take a look at it. I don't know. Number 56 right there. How he got that away. Wow. And, you know, remember now, he is not 100% on that knee. What a play by Cohen right there.
Well, the playoffs, we find new heroes. That was Barthel's first catch of the year. 3rd down. And 4. Short drops, look one way, then the other. Across the middle, into traffic, nearly picked off. He was trying to get it over the linebackers to Moore in the back of the end zone, and the ball was deflected away by Chauncey Mixon.
Chauncey Mixon, the linebacker, made a great play because the tight end, watch number 83, Jorgensen, is wide open in the end zone here behind him, and you'll see it right here. This is a great shot. Look at Mixon get up. See, there's Jorgensen right there. What a play by Chauncey Mixon. Sophomore from Mobile, Alabama.
Coach, you had it right. Athletic. You had it right. He was going for Jorgensen. Kick is up and good.
Boy, I'll tell you, there was some penetration on that last kick.
Copeland with the field goal. Cohn thought he had 6. UMass settled for 3. It's 20-13. 20-13 now after Chris Copeland with a 25-yard field goal. Doug, he's put 3 kickoffs into the end zone for touchbacks, but now he's got to kick into the wind.
Yeah, now we're going to now it's going to be a little bit tougher. I'd be shocked if he gets this one to the end zone.
Craig Turner and Richard White back to receive this kick. And this will be Turner from the 10. Across the 20, 25, 40, he can do it. Oh my goodness, across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Turner had a 92-yard kickoff return against Appalachian State in the playoffs 2 years ago. Carl Mock, former NFLer, and he loves Southern Illinois. This is his last year as an assistant coach for the Salukis. He's one of your best friends, Doug.
He really is, and that is a legendary guy right there, one of the real characters. 13 years as a player in the National Football League Center, mainly with the Houston Oilers. 24 years as a line coach in the National Football League, and has come back to help his alma mater on a volunteer basis, I might add.
Did he get steamed when I told him I was a Steeler fan yesterday?
Oh, he didn't like that.
Oh, man. 1st and 10.
There was
working.
The pads were cracking on that one. I mean, we heard that clearly all the way up here.
It's been a hard-hitting game. Randall on the carry. Give him a gain of a yard, and that's it.
Carl Mock, I tell you, is Dave and folks, one of the all-time characters in the National Football League. One of my favorite people. He and I coached together at Kansas City in the 80s.
Out of the eye. Here's the handoff to White. Wow, White so quick. Made it to the 2nd level into UMass territory to the 48-yard line.
You know, we had not heard a lot about Richard White, but he has showed a lot of explosiveness here today for the Salukis.
Yeah, he's already run for a 10-yard touchdown on the kickoff team as well. And great penetration that time. Brandon Collier, the defensive tackle for UMass, he was in the backfield and had White wrapped up. He blew that play up.
Yeah, and this series right here, it's very obvious that Southern Illinois and Jerry Kill has just come out and said, we're going to run the football right at him. And now he's got a decision to make here, and it looks like the decision has been made. Again, and the wind is a factor. He's got the wind behind his punter. That was 4th and a long, long one. I think this is clearly the best decision. 4:32 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Now the last punt went 84 yards, and this one will go into the end zone. 47-yard punt by Scott Ravenesi last week. Eastern Illinois, Southern Illinois in the opening round of the playoffs. SIU back in the playoffs for the 5th consecutive year. They scored the first 20 points of the game, never looked back. Hill polished off another fine drive, 24-30 passing, threw for 200 yards or more in a game for the 8th time this season. Explosive offense, sported 5 different wide receivers with at least 2 catches. Turnovers doomed EIU. Defensively, SIU forced the Panthers into 2 turnovers that led to 10 points. Brandon Jordan forced a fumble. Trevor Moe had an interception. EIU limited to 66 rushing yards. The final, Salukis 30, EIU the Panthers 11. That's Barthel on the carry, and give him 5 yards. It's 2nd down and 5.
Well, again, this injury situation at the running back position is really going to limit what UMass can do. As already mentioned, Chris Zardes is out. Tony Nelson is out. The lightning part of the Thunder and Lightning backfield. Very, very thin at the running back position right now.
Barthel,
normally a fullback, and playing the tailback position.
Empty set, first time today for UMass. 5 wide, trips to the bottom. Cohen will take it under center. They pick up the blitzers. They go across the middle, and Rancher dropped the ball. He had the first down at the 31, but couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and that was now Southern Illinois came with a full blitz on that one, just straight 0 coverage. In other words, no free safety, straight man-to-man coverage, no help. And a Rancher had it. Just a drop.
And for UMass, that's the frustrating thing about him. He can make the great catches, the one-handed catches that'll remind you of Randy Moss, but sometimes when you need those possession grabs, it's a problem.
Big play for the Southern Illinois defense right here.
Van fans on their feet in Carbondale. 3.5 minutes to go till halftime. 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz. Cohen got it away. Incomplete. Trying to slip it out there to Jorgensen. He was open, but the pressure rattled Cohen.
Boy, take a look at the pressure here on Cohen. Both of these teams not afraid to bring the heat out, not afraid to bring it, and not afraid to go straight man-to-man coverage, and that's what it can do to the quarterback, which it just did to Cohen right there.
Trevor Moe blitzing from his outside linebacking spot. So Woodward, first game punting in the playoffs, no less.
And into the wind again.
Yeah, second one into the wind.
Boy, and the wind really took that football.
Knocked down, no fair catch. Turner scampers to the UMass 44. He was like a water bug. Southern Illinois really putting the pressure on Liam Cohen.
Well, blitzing, and there you see, of course, James Cloud right there. And that was Devin Reese. They have really had the pressure on Cohen all day today.
Well, I tell you what, this is a big part of the game right now, Doug. Southern Illinois got the ball. They'll start this drive in UMass territory. A touchdown makes it a 14-point spread.
Wind was a big factor in that punt and the great field position now for the Salukis.
Hill with the handoff to Randall. Wow. And again, it's Michael Hansen. Hansen came in from his defensive end spot and took care of business.
Well, I'll tell you that one there, Hansen took Marquez, the great left tackle, and he walked him. Take a look at it. Watch to the left of your screen, and he walked him right into the backfield right there. Boy, Marquez not happy with himself right there. Carl Mock will not be happy with Darren Marquez on that play.
There's a good look at Michael Hansen from Teaneck, New Jersey. Started every game this season for the Minutemen. Power eye.
Blitz.
Second time we've seen that. Hill. Beautiful play. A wonderful route run by Alan Turner. That ball was in the air before Turner made his cut. A surgical pitch and catch.
Watch this corner route right here, and great timing. And watch when he throws the football, the cut is not even made. Take a look at it right now. Watch, the ball's gone right there before he makes the cut. That is great timing by Hill.
Turner had a touchdown catch against Eastern Illinois last week. He had 2 touchdowns and 157 yards receiving against Northern Iowa on first down.
You know, that last pass, I tell you, you know, when the quarterback and the receiver have timing like that, you're not going to stop it. I mean, I don't care. You are not going to stop it.
Well, Nick Hill, first quarterback in Southern Illinois history to throw for over 3,000 yards in a season. He's used to breaking records.
Wow. At
DeCoyne High School, he was the first quarterback since former Major League pitcher Don Stanhouse to throw for over 4,000 yards in a career. 2nd and 8. Play action for Hill. Here comes the pressure. Sends it down the field. He's able to find his receiver.
Nice job of getting his foot in bounds.
Brian Kearns, the tight end, tiptoes at the 11.
This is what they call the heavy trio formation with Lockwood at the fullback spot, the guard. Look at this. Nice job of tapping those feet down. Nice touch throw here by Hill, and a great job of tapping on the sideline.
1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Run off the left side. Richard White, 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9. One other point about Ryan Kearns. 23 catches so far this season. Last year made only 1 catch.
How about that?
But they remember it. It was a 7-yard touchdown in their win at Indiana.
You know, plenty of time here. 1:26 and the clock is running. 2nd down. Have a timeout available if they need it.
Coming up at halftime, we'll get you a preview of the big Big 12 championship game. If Missouri beats Oklahoma, they'll play in the BCS title game. We'll also have a visit with Chris Lowry, the head basketball coach at SIU. Hill. Oh my goodness, what a recovery, touchdown. Ball's loose, and he was into the end zone before the ball came loose. John Randall on the receiving end of that great scramble by Hill.
Are you kidding me? What a play by Hill. Amazing. take a look at it here. I mean, what a heads-up play by Hill. Moving around, trying to find something. Has the wherewithal to flip it to Randall right there.
Wow, was he across the goal line?
You know what? That was very, very close. And that was
he's in there.
That's a collision, and that's Jeremy Miles, number 5. Yeah, he is there. And there you see the safety, Jeremy Miles, right there from young. He played for the Naval Academy last year. Started for the Naval Academy, of course, in Army Navy today. But that was a tremendous collision. Looks like he might have got his bell rung on at the goal line right there between he and Randall.
Right, swinging gate.
I call it the Mother Goose.
Oh, that's right.
Mother Goose, that's what I always called it, but because I ran that for years.
You never know what they're going to do because they've already missed an extra point today.
Yeah.
Doherty. Up and in. 27-13. You know, and we want to emphasize again that once that play was ruled a touchdown on the field, it was not going to be reversed because we do not have replay in this round of the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this play one more time now, folks. You try to make the call here. But first of all, what a heads-up play by Hill. Kind of just keeping staying alive, moving around, spots Randall at the last, just flips the football. Yeah, I think he was across the goal line.
Yeah, I think that was a good call.
Clearly good. And of course, Mr. Hill is kind of happy with that right there. Yes, sir. You know, both these schools have so much in common. UMass won the national championship in '98. Southern Illinois won it in '83. But here's one for you. A great basketball tradition at both schools. Of course, Julius Erving, a guy by the name of Julius Erving, I think everybody's heard of him. He played at UMass. Walt Hazard played here at Southern Illinois. And Carl Mock, that big 400-pound guy on the sideline, he played on the freshman basketball team here with Walt Hazard. How about that?
Yeah, Walt Frazier.
I'm sorry, Walt Frazier, excuse me.
Well, I can understand why somebody would mention Walt Hazard.
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good too.
UCLA this year, Walt Hazard's number was unretired, so Chris Love, the big center, could have it. He was wearing 42 for the Bruins this year. Kickoff to the goal line. Big hit. Jeremy Horn to the 21.
Wow. Kyle Walker for the Salukis made a huge hit on that kickoff. Boy, I'll tell you, these teams want it, both of them. Just listen for the collision right here. Number 13 right there, Walker. Man.
All right, 57 seconds left. UMass has one timeout. They trail by 2 touchdowns. Got to put this up.
Well,
don't you?
I don't know. Personally, I don't think so. You know, they're into the wind, although it looks like they're gonna. They're certainly not in a formation where they're going to sit on it here.
I think they're going to wing this.
Kevin Morris is a coordinator. Let's see. Yep, they're going to put it up. That's a lot of confidence in your quarterback.
Cohen intercepted.
You don't do it.
Pass is intercepted. Trevor Moe. And Moe's knocked out at the UMass 16.
Well, again, that is exactly why, with that kind of field position and 50 seconds to go, you know, I don't agree with that call, to be very honest with you. And he gets hit here, right there. He gets hit just as he throws it, and Moe is right there. Outstanding linebacker. And boy, I'll tell you now, the Salukis have got an opportunity here to really put some distance between themselves and UMass. Up 27-13 right now.
29 total takeaways. That's the 19th interception this season. All right, Salukis here. You don't want to call it the knockout blow. They had a 20-3 lead at this point. The lead right now is 14.
There's that trio set, the heavy trio they call it, that with the guard.
Hill, back of the end zone. Going to be ruled incomplete.
Wow, boy, that was another great play by Hill.
Justin Allen ruled out of bounds in the back of the end zone.
And, you know, Justin Allen is a courageous performance today right here. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Oh boy, the goalpost was right in the way. We couldn't see if he got that right foot down or not.
Only needs 1 foot.
It's close. But, you know, talking about Justin, he dislocated his shoulder on Wednesday in practice this week. And the number 5 right there, you just saw in the back of the end zone. And I'll tell you what, having been a veteran of many dislocated shoulders, that's not easy to come back from with just a couple days rest.
37 seconds to go. Hill's going to keep this. The Salukis have 2 timeouts. He stopped at the 14.
Should take one right here.
Yeah, they're going to burn one right now.
Yep. Yep. Nice job. Nice job on the sideline. Nice job understanding exactly where you're at. That is going to set up second down and about third and about 7.
They have 1 timeout remaining in the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, the NCAA Division I Football Championship concludes on ESPN2 HD on December 14th. Game coverage begins at 8 p.m. For a preview of every NCAA National Championship, including the 2007 NCAA Division I Football Championship, go to ncaasports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Now, obviously, this is a huge portion of the game for the UMass defense. They do not want to give up a TD here and head back to the locker room down 3 touchdowns on the road.
You know, and just looking at the red zone numbers, Southern Illinois is 87% scores in the red zone. For UMass, people have scored against them 65% of the time. There you see Coach Brown right there.
3rd and 6. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining.
Let's see if he brings the blitz.
Randall is a wing to the left. Go for it to the bottom of your screen.
Yep, full blitz, here it comes.
To the end zone. Pass is nearly intercepted.
Balls. What a great play by the junior corner. Boy, he knew just when to turn for the football.
They're going to rule that as an interception.
He timed that football beautifully. He got a good piece. Watch it right here. He gets a real good piece of the wide receiver. Watch him turn at the last second, find it, and get up and get it one-handed. Ball came out when he hit the ground, but he had it.
Yeah, they're going to rule that as an interception. That is a huge play for UMass. And frankly, Doug, that may have been another play that might have gone under replay if that was available today.
Yeah, because he got the 1 foot down and then hit the ground and the ball came out. But that certainly would have been reviewed, I think, had we had it. And now, of course, UMass is going to just take a knee here.
Well, we're going to have a moment with Jerry Kill, the head coach of Southern Illinois, before he heads back to the locker room. That is the final play of the first half. Southern Illinois 7-0 when they've had the lead at the half this season. Southern Illinois is 6-0 here in Carbondale. Well, this was a game in which Southern Illinois struck quickly. They raced out to a 20-3 lead. It looked as if they were going in for 6 again moments ago. But Smalls made the big interception in the end zone for a touchback, and we head to the break 27-13.
Well, you know, Don Brown told us that Smalls was a big-time cover corner, and he surely showed it right there.
All right, Coach Jerry Kill joins us now from Southern Illinois. Coach, outstanding first half. Congratulations on that, but I know you wanted that late touchdown.
Well, we'd taken the field goal. I'm disappointed. Ball should have been outside and a safe throw, and then you come back, kick a field goal. You didn't get it, and we just underthrew it. So I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us, because we just needed points. So a little discouraged about that, but the rest of the half we played pretty well.
Coach, I thought your running game really controlled the blitzing of UMass. Definitely, obviously, a part of your game plan going in here.
No question. They're a big blitz team, and you know, we're in a lot more tight end situations than we have been, and it's helped us out to this point.
Jerry, thanks for your time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, it's halftime here in Carbondale at McAndrew Stadium. 27-13. Southern Illinois leads UMass. At the break, you're watching the NCAA Division I Football Championship. 2-1. It's halftime here in Carbondale. UMass and Southern Illinois in the NCAA Division I quarterfinals at McAndrew Stadium. Many of these fans here today and others around the country as well will be watching the Big 12 championship game tonight in San Antonio, where with a victory over the Oklahoma Sooners, the Missouri Tigers will earn a berth in the BCS title game. Here's a preview.
I'm Mo Galindo here with Tom Luganville, and we are here to get you set for the upcoming Big 12 championship. Missouri needs to beat Oklahoma to move on to the BCS title game. These teams faced off in late October. In that game, Missouri turned the ball over 4 times. They lost the game, but if Missouri does not turn the ball over in this one, can they score enough to beat the Sooners?
I certainly believe that they can, but I don't know if they will, because I think this game is going to be won in the trenches by Oklahoma. The first 2 times these teams met, one of the things that Oklahoma was able to do that nobody else has been against Missouri was rush Chase Daniel up the middle and negate his field vision because they use his lack of ideal height against him. And their speed off the edge maintains contain and doesn't allow Chase Daniel to get out of the pocket and move around like you see here and use his athleticism to make plays. That's the difference in this football game, in my opinion. The overpowering presence of the defensive front and the front 7 in general versus Oklahoma to be able to get in the face of Chase Daniel, not allow him to have that exceptional field vision that he's been able to showcase all year long out of the shotgun. That's the difference for me.
This will be Missouri's first ever appearance in the Big 12 title game. Seems like every year the Oklahoma Sooners are playing for this one. How big of an edge are they going to have just knowing that they've been in this situation before?
Huge edge. Very much similar to the one that SC had over Arizona State last week when they went into Tempe and blew out the Sun Devils. Quite simply put, they'd been there before. Oklahoma's been there before on the big stage, and not to mention they've got better players right now. For Chase Daniel to win the Heisman Trophy, he's going to have to play a flawless game, not turn the ball over, and win, because Tim Tebow's not playing on this weekend. That is a huge, huge thing for Chase Daniel to have an opportunity to go home with the trophy.
2 very good quarterbacks in this game. You mentioned Daniel, a guy that is alive for that Heisman Trophy. Sam Bradford playing for Oklahoma, a guy that has thrown more touchdown passes than any other freshman in the history of major college football.
Thanks, guys. It's the Big 12 title game tonight at 8 Eastern on ABC. It's halftime here in Carbondale, and when we come back, our halftime activities will continue. We'll share a moment with SIU basketball coach Chris Lowry, who has his Salukis getting ready to host the Indiana Hoosiers, and freshman sensation Aaron Gordon tonight. We're back to Carbondale in just a moment. 27-13, Southern Illinois leads UMass at the break. Our third quarter is coming up in just a couple of moments. Dave Weekley and Doug Graber here in the press box. And, Coach, in that final minute of the first half, it looked like Southern Illinois was going to be able to score that touchdown after they picked off that UMass pass, but UMass turned the tables and had a big interception of their own. Big play in the game.
Huge, huge play in the football game, because now it gives UMass a chance to come out with some momentum. I mean, that's a big momentum play. I mean, the Salukis really could have put UMass in a very difficult position to have, if they score there. That turnover was huge for UMass.
And UMass will take the third quarter kickoff, so the Minutemen will have the ball first. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights, and we have got plenty of them. And early on, Nick Hill with the pass to Byron Geddes, and the 28-year-old backup tight end, the former Major League Baseball player, gets the touchdown, 7-0. James Cloud had 2 big sacks in the first half. Richard White busts in for a 10-yard score. Again, Cloud protection is breaking down.
Cloud again.
The pass to Burgess for 8 yards. That made it 20-3. And this was a big play for UMass. Rancher goes 69 yards for the score.
6'5", and boy, what kind of speed is that? You're right. He does look a lot like Moss running down the field.
And look at this play by Hill. Creating some space, gets the ball off to Randall. He was ruled a touchdown. The replay showed that he was in from 8 yards out. 27-13 Salukis at the break. First half stats, what jumps out at you?
Well, the huge number for me is the rushing yards for the Salukis, 130 yards rushing. That really helped control the blitzes of UMass. That was the game plan. They executed that game plan beautifully.
Well, and UMass was held to just 60 yards rushing in the first half, so the Salukis doing a pretty good job in that portion of the game. A
very good job, and I think, again, the ability to run the football by Southern Illinois, the ability to stop the run by UMass, that really bodes well for the chance that Southern Illinois can finally get by a quarterfinal game.
Well, we've got some real interesting matchups in the NCAA Division I tournament. One winner already today. Appalachian is through to the semifinals with a 38-35 win over Eastern Washington. The winner of our game gets the winner of Northern Iowa and Delaware, and that's another matchup where you've got the Gateway and the CAA going head-to-head.
And that Northern Iowa-Delaware game has been a barn burner. We don't have the final score yet. We'll give you that as soon as we get it. But should Southern Illinois win, they would probably get a home game next week if Delaware upsets Northern Iowa.
All right, let's talk a little bit about second half adjustments for these teams. Obviously for UMass, they've got to find a way to get a handle on the Salukis offense.
I think Don Brown, the defensive coordinator for UMass, he's got to find an answer for that two tight end set. I look for them to get into a lot more 8-man fronts to try to stop the Saluki running game. All right, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll have our third quarter kickoff from Carbondale. Southern Illinois 27, UMass 13. Our second half kickoff is coming up. All right, 27-13, Southern Illinois leads UMass. Both teams coming out onto the field, and we're going to have a comment, hopefully in a couple of moments, from Don Brown, the head coach of the UMass Minutemen. Of course, he's a defensive-minded guy, so you would imagine that he's going to be pretty busy as far as defensive adjustments for this third quarter. I promise you, he has been very busy in that locker room. Taking a look at some of the scores now from the quarterfinals. Wow, how about some great football games here?
Yeah, absolutely. So now you see Northern Iowa trailing Delaware 29-20. That game is in the fourth quarter. We don't know this for sure, but we have been led to believe that if UMass comes back and they win this game and Delaware wins, that Delaware would host in the semifinal round. That's just what we're hearing here in the press box.
Now, again, we've got to talk about this. Northern Iowa is incredibly tough place to play. They have the dome there. They pack it, and it is really a tough atmosphere. Now, of course, 29-20, Delaware up on Northern Iowa.
All right, Don Brown, the head coach of UMass, is joining us down below. Coach, what about the second half and defensive adjustments against the Salukis?
Well, we just got to settle down. We were unsettled there in the first 10 minutes or so. Thought we did a better job of just settling in versus the too tight look, and made some plays. We certainly made a big play just before the half, so we just got to keep competing.
And as the game went along, the first half went along, it looked like your offense got more comfortable.
Yeah, we're moving it pretty good. We're trying to keep some healthy guys on the field. We've had a few problems with that, but nobody cares about that stuff. You just got to keep competing and no excuses.
Coach, was Matt Lawrence, was he injured in the first half as well?
Yeah, he nipped a little bit, but EJ came in and gave us some pretty big minutes. It's his first opportunity to help us, so I'm proud of the way he responded.
Thanks for your time, Don. Best of luck second half.
Okay.
All right, Don Brown, we thank him for his time, the head coach at UMass. They trailed 27-13. And we're ready to begin our second half. This has been a great game so far, Doug.
And this second half, I really believe the interception by Sean Smalls at the very end of the half was a huge momentum swing for UMass. Now, I think it's key, obviously, that UMass comes out and does something with the football here offensively on this first drive to take advantage of that huge interception at the end of the second quarter.
Okay, and you know, we were talking just moments ago about scenarios for the next round. Obviously, if UMass and Delaware, two unseeded teams, go to the next round, we're hearing in the press box that Delaware would host that game. But of course, if Southern Illinois wins this game and Delaware is the opponent, they will host Delaware.
Yes.
If Northern Iowa comes back and beats the Blue Hens and the Salukis hold on, then Northern Iowa would host next week.
Yeah, and of course, that's because Southern Illinois enters the tournament as the number 4 seed.
Yep. All right, so that was a big interception at the end of the first half by the Minutemen, and now UMass will get the ball to start our second half.
And remember, the number 2 and 3 seeds have been beaten. Montana and McNeese both were beaten, upset in the first round at home.
Salukis have done a great job moving the ball against the UMass defense. Only 6 times in the last 2 years against UMass, that's a stretch of 27 games, has UMass allowed more total yards in a game than Southern Illinois put up in the first half. And we are underway in our second half. Horn takes it out to the 26-yard line, and that is where the Minutemen will start 1st and 10. Liam Cohn comes back out onto the field as the quarterback. He was 10 of 18 for 158 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and was sacked twice in the first half.
And he really had a lot of pressure that led to some other errant throws. Great job up front by Southern Illinois, in particular James Cloud, number 33, who had the 2 sacks.
Yeah, those sacks really set the tone for the Salukis to come rushing out of the gate and gain a 20-3 lead. Here's Lawrence breaking tackles and nearly lost the handle on the football. He's down at the 29-yard line after a 3-yard gain.
You know, and Coach Brown alluded to it in that interview. They are really, really beat up at the running back position. We've talked about the whole first half. Tony Nelson out, Chris Zardes out, Evans not 100% healthy. Now we understand that Matt Lawrence, 32, is not 100% healthy. Well, that's the one thing with 63 scholarships, they're not going to have the depth.
Lawrence, 13 carries, 74 yards, averaging 5.5 yards per carry. And there he goes again, and he's got the first down, puts his shoulder down. It depends on the mark. I thought he had it, and he is close at the 36.
That was a pretty big hit right there by Brandon Williams, the sophomore corner.
He does indeed have the first down.
Boy, there have been some collisions in this football game now. Wow. You know, both veteran teams, they both desperately, of course, UMass right here, Liam Cohn, you see him getting jostled by the official. But, you know, they really want to get back to that game. And there's nothing worse than getting all the way to the championship game as they did last year and then, you know, not coming away with the prize.
Southern Illinois has won every game this year in which they've led at the half. Flag is down. A couple of flags are down.
We may have a hold here. And that the flag was thrown in the vicinity of Sean Colicchio, the right tackle.
So this one will go against the Minutemen.
Holding, number 71 on the offense. The penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the snap. First down.
And they got the right guard, Chris Hopkins, senior from Beltsville, Maryland.
I knew it was a guilty party on the right side, and Coach Brown not happy with that now.
So the line of scrimmage now is the 26. It'll be first down and 20.
And just a reminder now, UMass is going against the wind here in the third quarter.
Yeah, wind has been a big factor, gusting at about 15 to 20 miles an hour ever since we got started. And Lawrence, give him 3 to the 29. It'll be second down and 17.
Chauncey Mixon made an outstanding open field tackle right there. Take a look at Chauncey Mixon, number 3, right here, middle linebacker. Look at him come off the block and get in there and make that play. Wow.
Davidson High in Mobile, Alabama. We're talking about a young student athlete here who didn't play defense in high school until his senior year.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, you gotta love these linebackers for Southern Illinois. This is a good group. Mixon, Jordan, and Trevor Moe. Second and 18, no play action. Pass is caught. Lawrence makes one-man miss and dives forward to the 34-yard line, which makes third down a little bit more manageable. But UMass still has to reach their own 46-yard line for a first down.
You know, and Matt Lawrence, to me, does not look quite the same in the first quarter when he started this football game. He's a little bit dinged up, and he's got to carry the load. They're really running out of running backs.
Third and a long 12.
4 wide receiver set.
Moore to the bottom, Rancher to the top. Cohen tries to identify the blitzers. SIU rushing forward. Cohen rolling, throwing, caught, first down, wow. 45-yard line.
What a huge play by Cohen there. They did not blitz. They just rushed forward, but still really had pressure on Cohen. Look at the pressure right here. They twisted up front, and they're great pressure by Reese, number 56. Boy, what a great throw and a great catch on the move.
Joe Sanford made that play, and it's a clutch third down conversion. Third down conversions for UMass today, 4 of 9. This is the 10th play of the drive. Lawrence off the left side. And there is a wall of burgundy to meet him. A gain of maybe a half yard, but no more.
I think the biggest surprise for me today is the ability of the Southern Larry Luster going out. He's a big run stopper, 310 out of Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah, he's built like a tunnel support. 6 foot, 310.
Yeah, he's thick.
Yeah, he gets it done in there.
Southern Illinois has done a nice job against the rushing offense of UMass.
2nd and 10. Cone on a rollout.
Another big hit. Chauncey Mixon again makes another big hit right on the sideline.
So another 3rd down coming up for UMass.
Boy, you just are not going to make a living trying to convert these 3rd and 9. Something bad is going to happen eventually.
UMass down 14. The winner goes to the Division I championship semifinals next week. The loser is finished for the year. Cone right down the seam, too tall, incomplete.
Little contact, but no penalty. I agree with that, no call.
Michael Omar was the intended receiver.
Clayton Johnson, the defender.
And the punt unit we anticipate will come onto the field.
Take a look at it.
Here they come.
Does he have a hold of his jersey?
Yeah, maybe he does.
A little tug right there. Now, you know, I was a secondary coach my whole life. That wasn't that bad.
You're going to let that one go.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. He might have got away with one right there.
Scott Woodward set to punt it. The veteran Craig Turner to return it. Woodward with the left foot sends it down the field.
Oh, they got
inside
a chance.
The 5, and it's down inside the 5.
Huge play by Woodward.
Rayshad Goodwin was able to down that ball at the 2-yard line. 27-13, Salukis with the lead. You're watching the NCAA Division I Football Championship. Don Brown puts his defense on the field for the first time here in the second half for UMass. Salukis with the ball, but they'll start at their own 3-yard line after that 39-yard punt by Scott Woodward. That was down inside the 5. Going to keep this one on the ground. Maybe out to the 4, but no more for Randall.
Yeah, this is going to come back too, because the motion guy again got a little antsy going to the line of scrimmage, and they called it. It was a good call. Let's see if they take the penalty. Take them about a yard back. They may decline it.
Well, the Salukis.
No.
Penalty is 5 yards. Repeat, first down.
Defense was offsides.
UMass now 5 penalties for 51 yards. And we talked about this in the first half, how UMass is by far the most penalized team in the CAA, over 80 yards a game.
And that's not an effort penalty. That is a mistake right there. Just got lined up in the neutral zone.
1st and 5. Randall tries the left side, pushes out just beyond the 10, and that's it. You know, Southern Illinois, Doug, put up about 250 yards of total offense in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, UMass's defense played a little better. They held them to about 65 total yards in that second quarter.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, the initial shock when the Salukis came out, their first 2 possessions. After that, UMass has settled down. Don Brown started making the adjustments right then. You don't wait till halftime. He started making them right away, trying to get lined up against that 2 tight end set that they weren't quite prepared for. Didn't expect to see it that much.
2nd and 3.
And then Andrew Kearns is in it tight. This is that heavy set right here.
Hill escapes the pocket, going to run it. First down and more. 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet. All the way out to the 33-yard line.
You know, both of these quarterbacks are just juniors, but Hill has really been impressive to me. Very athletic, You see all his basketball skills and athleticism come out on that play right there. And just what the doctor ordered, because, boy, Southern Illinois had horrible field position.
Boy, that gets the Salukis out from the shadow of their own end zone. Hill can run it. He ran for 84 yards and a touchdown against Illinois State. 32 rushing yards and a TD in the opening round of the playoffs last week against Eastern Illinois. A little slant pattern, incomplete.
Sean Smalls was all over that slant. Very, very well played. Phil Gopher thought it should have been an interference penalty, but the back judge didn't agree.
Stops the clock. We're in Carbondale, Illinois at McAndrew Stadium. Started at about 2:15 Central Time. Lights have been on the majority of this one. Dave Weekly, Doug Graber. UMass, you see their record in their last dozen playoff games. Southern Illinois trying to get to the semifinals of this tournament after 3 consecutive trips to the quarters.
As advertised, UMass is Don Brown is still bringing the heat. That was a full blitz, 0 coverage, no help. Here's some of these scores from today's action.
All right, Northern Iowa getting a little closer, but still trailing Delaware by 5. They're in the 4th quarter. The winner of that game gets the winner of our game in the bottom portion of the bracket. Appalachian is through to the semifinals. They will play the survivor of Wofford hosting Richmond today.
Well, Wofford beat Appalachian State during the regular season after their defeat of Michigan.
And a little win against Michigan. Some thought that maybe had been the greatest upset of all time in college football. This one is up for grabs. Goforth tried to make an adjustment, and Smalls again with tremendous coverage.
Sean Smalls has been a monster today at corner. 6'1", 203. Take a look at him right here now. He's pressing right here. And again, let it run. Watch him press this wide receiver. See that? He gets a piece of him that knocks him into the sideline, knocks him off balance, throws off the timing of the fade route.
Ravanesi 3 punts for an average of 57 yards. Of course, you got to throw that 84-yarder into that average. Gets this one up
another
and win.
big one.
Nice kick. All the way back to the 13-yard line. Moore is dancing. And that's trouble. You don't want to dance against a good team. Craig Turner, the tackle. 7:55 to go, 3rd quarter. Southern Illinois with a 14-point lead. Flashback back in 1983, Southern Illinois put together a dominating and magical run to take the Division I AA National Championship. The Salukis marched through the playoffs, outscoring their 3 opponents by an average of 23 points, capped by a 43-7 thrashing of Western Carolina in the national championship game. The Salukis finished that campaign with a sparkling 13-1 record. Doug, if they win this game, they'll be 2 wins away from equaling that 2 weeks from now in Chattanooga. Cone gonna crank it, gonna send it long. And that pass is caught by Rancher at midfield.
Boy, Rancher
38 yards.
is amazing. That is the second huge play. Take a look at this now. He makes a spectacular adjustment. Look at him turn right there. Wow. 6'5", and what an adjustment he makes to the ball right here. Tremendous play by the big guy, 6'5".
Turner had no chance.
Ball was thrown outside exactly where it should have been thrown to. Nice throw.
Out of the eye, 1st down at midfield. Still tons of time, obviously, in this game. Here's Lawrence dancing. Oh, and shooting through. He was 1 step away from maybe taking it to the house, to the 40-yard line, very close to another UMass 1st down.
I really like his patience as a running back. That one almost went out the gate, really did. Just got tripped up at the last instant.
It is indeed a 1st down. Lawrence now 17 carries, 93 yards, closing in on his 10th 100-yard rushing game of the year. Cone on a play action. Throw. Intercepted again. Picked off. Clayton Johnson. And that ball never looked good out of Cone's hands.
And Clayton Johnson was the one right there that made a huge adjustment on the football. Their 20th interception of the season. Take a look at it. Watch Clayton Johnson turn and jump right in front of Taylor right there. Wow. Huge, huge play. 3 deep zone. He is the curl player. Makes a great adjustment, turn, and break on the ball.
Clayton Johnson, 4th interception of the year. First team All-Gateway from Miami, Florida Central High School. So Southern Illinois has got the ball back. And UMass, more frustration in Saluki territory. UMass held to just 13 points thus far, averaging nearly 40 a game. Here's the pitch. And Larry Warner, look at this. Warner going to the house. Warner at 5'7" makes a very big play. 64 yards for the touchdown.
He's so short. He just kind of got lost in the pack, and all of a sudden he burst out of the pack. And he's played very sparingly today, but wow, what a huge, huge play for the Salukis. Take a look at it. Watch right here. He just kind of gets caught up in the wash right here, and look at that cutback. Breaks the tackle. Out the gate he goes. Out the gate. Good speed. Young guy from Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Warner, 64 yards on the score. So just when it looked as if UMass was marching for a touchdown that would have cut the lead to 7, instead, Southern Illinois extends their lead, the largest of the afternoon. 64 yards on the touchdown run by Larry Warner. 34-13, Salukis. Less than 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter here in Carbondale. Southern Illinois and their fans hooting and hollering, leading 34-13 over UMass. And with Delaware leading Northern Iowa in the 4th quarter, the Salukis would host in the semifinal round next week if things stand the way they are right now.
Well, the home advantage is such a huge thing in the playoffs. You know, teams that have to travel here, this is not an easy place to get to.
Nope.
And it's a huge factor.
Kyle Doherty set to kick it off. He's got the wind at his back. Courtney Robinson, Jeremy Horn back to receive it for the Minutemen. 1 yard deep in the end zone. Courtney Robinson trying to make a big play for the Minutemen. Brings it back beyond the 30-yard line.
And that was Walker, number 13 again, and he's down right now, but he's the one that made the tackle again, covering kickoffs. And I tell you, if he doesn't make that tackle, that had a chance.
So Liam Cohen and the offense for UMass. This is a unit under offensive coordinator Kevin Morris that's been scoring almost 32 points a game. And the big cheer went up.
The Northern Iowa scorer, I couldn't catch if it was a final or not. But I know Delaware's on top.
All right, there's inside of a minute to play in the game. Delaware just scored again. It's 38-27.
Wow. Wow. That dome is rocking, I promise you. That has been a great game as well today.
So the CAA in its first year of existence, the extra point is up and good in the Delaware game now, 39-27. So the CAA looks like they've got one team that's about to shoot through to the semifinals. 1st and 10. Hand off to Lawrence, and Lawrence give him 2, and that's it. 2nd and 8.
You know, and if Delaware should hang on, that would then mean the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, the number 3 seed have all been beaten. Southern Illinois is the number 4 seed. Highest remaining seed, if that score should hold.
Well, that's kind of interesting when you take a look at this division and then the bowl subdivision. Yep. No dominant teams.
Well, and you're exactly right, Dave. The same thing has happened in the FCS.
Liam Cohen down the middle, pass is called.
What a gun.
Moore right up the seam and made the catch. He's down at the 34-yard line of the Salukis.
Boy, both these wide receivers for UMass, J.J. Moore and Rashid Rancher, are big. J.J. is 6 foot 201, a senior. Rancher is 6'5", 200, a senior. Good football players.
Moore, 5 catches, 69 yards. Rancher, 3 grabs for 111 yards, including a 69-yard score. And now a flag comes in. And it was tossed at the base of the huddle for UMass. Here's the call.
Illegal substitution, number 79 on the offense. Penalties 5 yards, first down.
Too many had the 12 in the huddle, and that's an easy call for the officials.
Matt Stolte. And there's Stolte. Moved to the offensive line from the defensive line for his senior year. All right, Don Brown getting down to things here. We're getting late in the third quarter.
Just saw him glance at the clock.
Yeah.
5:40.
UMass has the weapons to get back in this game. They've got the big strike ability. Cone rolls out, all kinds of room. He won't run, he'll throw instead. The pass is caught at the 24-yard line, and it's Rancher again. His 4th catch of the night.
I'll tell you, this has really been fun watching both of these quarterbacks, and as advertised, they are making a lot of great throws. Check this one out, right on the sideline, on the run. Looks off and then makes a great throw right on. Perfect. Great job of getting that left foot down. Wow.
Cohen starting to really put up the numbers. 16 of 26, a touchdown, 268 yards with 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and remember, he's had a lot of pressure too.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line of the Salukis. Handoff to Lawrence. Breaks it back inside, maybe 2 yards. He's really been bottled up here in the second half. He's closing in on 100 yards.
But you know, Dave, when I break down the tapes, of course I look at the coaches' tapes on both these teams, and I'm a coach at heart, and I made a scouting report on Southern Illinois. Don't miss many tackles. Tough against the run inside. Tough against the run inside. And that has been borne out today.
Cloud, Luster, Arthurs, and Reese, they've done the job. 3-step drop. Here's Moore across the 20. Cracks across the 15 and spins for the first down.
That was Clayton Johnson, the safety that had to make the play of the open field, made a good open field tackle. But there's where the size of these wide receivers help. Watch him right here. This is a 3-deep zone. Watch Clayton Johnson make the tackle, but look at him just carry him down the field. That is what a big, strong receiver can do for you.
All right, Moore has 6 catches. And he needed 10 catches tonight total for the UMass career mark. So he's 4 catches away, but I'm sure he's really not thinking too much about that right now.
I promise you that.
1st and 10. Cohen, all kinds of pressure, and intercepted again. 3rd interception of the night. And this one will go to James Cloud.
James Cloud, and again, the pressure from Southern Illinois on Cohen had really no chance right here. Tremendous pressure up front. Wow.
Cone deflected it. Now check that. The deflection was made by Trevor Moe. And then Cloud scooped it up.
Well, what great concentration on the football. I think he hurt himself in the celebration, or somebody landed right on top of him. He was holding that right hand headed to the sideline.
Southern Illinois takes the ball over. 1st and 10. That was another trip into the Saluki territory that resulted in no points. Here comes Warner, who just had the long touchdown run moments ago, and he is bumped out of bounds at the 26. Scores, and these are both finals now. Delaware has defeated Northern Iowa 39-27. So the Blue Hens now turn their attention to this game. Appalachian beat Eastern Washington earlier today, 38-35. So Delaware gets the survivor of this game in the next round. If Southern Illinois wins, they'll come here. If UMass rallies, we're led to believe that Delaware would host that game. 2nd and 10. And Hill is brought down. Sacked. Josh Jennings.
Great job of Jennings of not taking the play fake, playing his position, playing for the quarterback keep off the play action. Nice job in the open field by him.
All right, Josh Jennings, third-year sophomore from New Britain, Connecticut.
Boy, 3rd and a mile right here. 3rd and 18.
Well, if you're UMass, you've got to get a stop here and get the ball back.
Yeah, I would think now that SIU would just try to get some field position here. I don't know if they'll throw it down the field trying to get the first down. They are.
Flag is down.
That's holding. Wow. They got away with one right there. Well, the flag did come down. I thought that Charles Walker really grabbed onto the slot receiver right here. Hopefully, let's see if that is the call.
It's a big call in this game.
By the offense, not enough men on the line of scrimmage at the snap. Holding by the defense. Penalties offset. Replay 3rd down.
Well, that's advantage UMass.
Yep. Because that holding call against Walker, that would have been a first down. So another big break for Southern Illinois right here.
Liam Cohen is 3 interceptions in this game, the most since he threw 3 at Army in mid-November 2005.
Here's the Greyhound. Here's what Coach Brown calls the Greyhound package: 2 down linemen, 2 backers, and all the rest defensive backs.
Hill lofts it up there, and that was nearly picked off. Smalls was the closest player to that ball. It was intended for Alan Turner.
Well, I tell you, as a former NFL defensive coordinator, I really like some of the packages that Coach Brown comes up with. He's very, very creative as a defensive coach. And of course, we know that Colorado State has officially asked for permission to speak to Coach Jerry Kill. That'll be interesting to see what happens.
Ravenesi.
What a
booming punt.
What a punt.
Moore driven all the way back to the 24-yard line. Did he outkick the coverage? Across the 40 to the 41. So that was a 17-yard return.
Boy, Ravenesi has put on a show today punting the football.
By rebuilding the program here in Carbondale. 1983, they won it all. The next 20 years, no playoff appearances, no conference titles, obviously. 9 losing seasons, and then Jerry Kills hired. And it didn't take him long to turn this whole thing around. And he did it with many of the same assistant coaches. He's done a great job keeping this staff together.
We had a great talk about that yesterday. That's one of the real keys, he feels, to their success. They've had great continuity with their coaches.
Well, the Salukis are playing this game at McAndrew Stadium, but here's the new football stadium they have up on the drawing board. They want to begin construction on this facility in 2008 and have it ready to go for the opener in 2010.
It is needed. It really is. This stadium has been here since the 20s.
2nd down and 7. Cohen with a shotgun snap. Avoids the traffic and just had trouble turning and throwing that ball up the field.
And Southern Illinois defensive coordinator Tracy Clays had a nice talk with him, and they designed blitzes week to week for their opponents. And that was a delayed blitz by the safety, and that came free. And, speaking of blitzing, we've talked a lot about UMass. Southern Illinois is not afraid to bring it either.
Oh, there's no question about that.
And Liam Cohen has had a tough time today with the blitz. No question about that, too. They haven't picked up a lot of them. He's had constant pressure. He's been under duress this whole football game.
James Cloud has been in the backfield first down. Southern Illinois 45-yard line, and the reception by Omar.
Well, we just talked about it. You talk about pressure. They had a guy right in his face right there. He hung in there in the pocket and made a terrific throw under a lot of. Take a look at it right here. Look at the pressure right here. Right in his face, gets rid of it, puts it right on the money. Nice play by Liam Cohn.
All right, Michael Omar has 5 catches in this game now for 52 yards. This is one of his best games of the year. Also solves the question of whether or not that was 4-down territory. Now down by 21. Cohen slips it out of the backfield and just missed Ian Jorgensen.
Well, again, Devin Reese was all over Liam Cohn right there. He just, I can count on one hand the amount of what I call clean protections they've had today. You know, Liam Cohn tragically lost his bomb about a year and a half ago, really through the end result of having Lyme disease, and I can really empathize with that. I'm a survivor of Lyme disease and had it for a couple of years. It's no fun. Terrible, terrible disease.
2nd and 10. Cohen short drop. Pass is caught. And that's Moore, and he has dropped shy of the Saluki 31-yard line. Yeah, you know, you brought up Liam Cohen's family situation, and you talked about his dad, the high school coach, and his grandfather, the former BC captain. You know, there's quite a few tremendous stories on both of these teams.
Really are. You know, and you and I both last year in the quarterfinals had a chance to meet and talk with Liam Cohen, and what an impressive young man he is.
And J.J. Moore, there was a great article in the Boston Globe a couple of weeks ago about his background.
Read that.
Did not know his father. He's believed to be dead. His mother has died. His stepfather just died. It's amazing how some of these young student athletes play with such poise. Cohen with the throw. Pass is caught. And this is Horn. And he turns it inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, UMass.
Boy, Jeremy Horn really showed a burst up the sideline right there. And, of course, now, you know, the Salukis have to be careful here. Take a look at this now, all the way across the field. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, he runs that crossing route. See, they clear out the zone. He runs the crossing route all the way across the field. Wow, what a burst down that sideline.
His 3rd touchdown catch of the year, and a big one, because suddenly now with the extra point, UMass is back to within 14 points at 34-20 with more than a quarter to play.
Yeah, they may have roughed the kicker here. Well, yeah,
that is the call.
And there's somebody is down. I can't tell who it is. Somebody for Southern Illinois is slow getting up right there. That's Craig Turner. He was the guy from outside trying to block the kick. He laid out. Yep.
Running into the kicker, number 6 on the defense. Penalties declined. Points good.
All right. So put the point after up on the board, and it is 34-20.
Take a look at the pressure right here on Liam Cohn. He's had it all day long. Wow. And look at the route here. All the way across the field, they cleared the zone out. And look at this. Man, he really put on a burst on that crossing route.
Horn's been a big factor. He had at least 1 catch in the first 7 games of the year for UMass. Had a big 35-yard touchdown grab at Boston College.
Another big receiver, 6'2", 190.
Yeah, they have got great size in the wide receiving core.
Had a nice talk yesterday and again today with Kevin Morris, the offensive coordinator, and you know, they've had a tough day offensively today with the interceptions, but credit Southern Illinois. You know, this is not their first interceptions this year. Now they're up into the 20s with interceptions. They've been doing that to every team they've faced.
6 plays, 59 yards, just under 2 minutes. Horn, a 30-yard catch and run for 6, 34-20. And before you put this one away for the Salukis, consider UMass is going to have the wind in the 4th quarter.
Solid kick into the breeze.
To the 4-yard line. This is Turner through the first wave. And he's still on his feet.
Look out!
He kickoff return for a touchdown against Appalachian 2 years ago in the playoffs, and he takes this one all the way back to the UMass 45.
And that is, I believe, the kicker that made the tackle. He's upset with that. I think it is Kepler that makes the tackle. He's the safety right there, number 42. Tackled by the kicker in the open field. We'll hear about that one. Keplinger really saves UMass right here. Both these teams have great return guys. Amazing how similar these two teams are.
Tight formation, out of the eye.
And unbalanced.
Hill, the lefty, rolling left. Cuts it back. And he is dropped at the 38-yard line.
I'm sure that Coach Kill right there would have rather had young Mr. Hill get on the ground right there. He really put himself in position to take a shot right there.
That was an 8-yard gain. Jason Hatchell among the defenders who made the stop. And on this second down carry, very close to the first down at the 35-yard line. And this may be the last snap of the third quarter.
You know, I think for UMass, the key right now is they need a turnover. If they can get a turnover here in the fourth quarter, I think they have a very legitimate shot. They're 2 touchdowns down, have a full quarter to go. But like you said earlier, Dave, this is a team that can score a lot of points.
You look back at some of the games this year for UMass, like their rally late to win in 4 overtimes against Villanova. They can come from behind, but you got to like the Salukis' chances here at home. They've got a 14-point lead, and they're 15 minutes away from reaching the semifinal round. Back for the fourth quarter in a moment. The Salukis, their defense has been tremendous tonight. Set to start the fourth quarter in the NCAA Division I Championship quarterfinals. Southern Illinois, the 4th seed at home, leading UMass 34-20. Dave Weekley, Doug Graber in the booth. And Doug, you got to hand it to Southern Illinois. They got the lead early, and their defense has been so opportunistic here in the second half, foiling UMass every time they get in their territory.
The Salukis really jolted UMass at the start of the game. It's been a good battle back and forth. The turnovers have really been the key. The 3 interceptions by Southern Illinois.
Liam Cohen has 3 interceptions in this game, and UMass will have the win in the fourth quarter. So UMass is still in it, but the Salukis have had the edge.
Well, you know, the only thing, UMass can score points. I mean, they have done it all year long. Cohen, when he gets hot, he can really, those receivers, I mean, they definitely can get back in the game. I think they have to get a turnover from Southern Illinois. That'll be the key.
Delaware has already defeated Northern Iowa, so Delaware is anxiously awaiting the winner of this game. They will play them in the semifinal round. So Hill on the keeper. And it's a loss of 2. It'll be second down and a dozen.
Yeah, and that was another one of the patented Don Brown blitzes. And they got him that time. Second and long. Crucial for the Minutemen right here. They have to get a stop right here.
Again, a tight formation. Hill from the gun. He's got Randall as a wing to the right. Blitz off the corner. And they got him.
Boy, 2 consecutive sacks. And again, if a team can come back from being down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, this is the team to do it. Defensively, they got such a wide variety of blitzes. And here's another one right here that just create a lot of problems for the offense.
Josh Jennings, we're calling his name a lot right now. Third down, 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 from the 38.
Well, Southern Illinois really cut back. They only had 4 protections going into this game. They were so concerned about the wide variety of blitzes they knew they were going to get.
Southern Illinois, 3 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. They roll the pocket, and here comes the blitz. He got it away. It's incomplete, stops the clock, and the Salukis apparently will have to punt.
Yeah, they got him from the backside on this blitz. You can watch it. See, he comes all the way from the backside here. That's Josh Jennings, the weak linebacker, and makes a really a nice effort on his part to stay after him.
Now the punt team is coming on. Of course, last week for UMass, Fordham had a very successful fake punt in the first half that got them going.
Punting into the wind here, which is exactly what you would like when you're trying to down one inside the 20. Boy, but he turned it over. He really turned it over, and the wind is not going to affect that punt that much.
All right, so that was a big positive exchange for UMass. The Minutemen will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. They've got the wind here in the 4th quarter, but they trail by 14. You know, it's 34-20, Doug. You take a look. Right now, UMass has got more total yards. They've got 424 total yards.
Well, those 3 turnovers, the 3 interceptions, are, in my mind, are the whole key to this football game. And you know, give Southern Illinois credit. They have done a nice job of protecting the ball against a team that also gets a lot of turnovers in UMass.
Pitch back to Lawrence. He's adding to that total. He's over 100 yards again today.
Chauncey Mixon, boy, he has made a lot of tackles for the Salukis today. The outside linebacker out of Mobile, Alabama.
Boy, because of all the injuries to the running back core at UMass, Matt Lawrence had to come up big today for the Minutemen, and he has more than answered the bell.
And you know, and a courageous performance by him, because he is not 100% or anywhere close to it. Here is a 5 empty backfield set, 1 tight end and 4 wide receivers.
Second time we've seen this tonight. 5 wide, trips to the top.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
DeCoste.
That's his second, I think, today.
Before the snap, false start, number 72 on the offense. Penalties 5 yards, still 2nd down.
You know, he's a sophomore, and you get into these tight situations, and it shows a little.
Doug, don't you love this format? You know, a 16-team tournament, you win, you go on, the loser goes home. I mean, you can't beat the tension and the excitement that this tournament builds.
Fabulous. I wish we had it in the football bowl subdivision, to be very frank with you.
Here we go. Going on the roll out to the right. Throwing back across his body. Catch is made. And that is Michael Omar, now with 6 catches on the game.
A good play, because now this sets up a very, very convertible 3rd, and I'm guessing it's going to be about 3 or 4. 3rd and about 3.5. Comes the tight end into the game. Boy, the crowd is getting up and pounding those pictures again.
Yeah, these Saluki fans have been in it.
Especially now that Northern Iowa has been beaten. That's got them fired. Yeah. That must be a good rivalry. The way they reacted when that score was called.
UMass 5 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. Cohen under center. Play action. Open. 1st down.
Got it. Boy, and James Cloud again, the fine rusher for Southern Illinois, was all over the quarterback.
Rob Geddick made the play. And they moved the chains, 34-20, and a fresh set of downs for the most prolific passer in the history of UMass football.
Remember, now he's not 100% healthy either. He's been on a gimpy knee for most of the season.
Cohen has thrown for 347 yards, but still trails by 2 touchdowns early in the 4th. Cohen again, another completed pass, and it goes Omar, and he fights his way out near the 48-yard line.
Well, he showed some strength and power right there. You know, and they're not afraid to throw these crossing routes to these big receivers. Take a look at it right here, because the big guys can get it going north and south, lower those pads. Nice job by Michael Omar out of Antioch, California, Grossmont Junior College. That's a long flight.
That's a haul. Going to send this one down the field for Rancher, and Rancher unable to separate from Turner, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Craig Turner plays into the short side of the field, and of course Brandon Williams plays the wide side of the field at the corner position. for the Salukis, and you always want to put your more physical corner into the short side and the more of the pure cover guy, which is Brandon Williams, to the wide side of the field.
Stops the clock. 10:32 to go, fourth quarter. Southern Illinois has led this one from the early moments. Lawrence is pinned back.
Trevor Moe, fine outside linebacker, chased it right down to the sideline.
UMass has really had limited success trying to get wide on this speedy Saluki defense, and they pin Matt Lawrence back.
Watch Trevor Moe. He takes the gap right there, and geez, no place to go. No place for Lawrence to go.
Here's another big third down, and the Saluki fans come to their feet. Stay in as a wing to the right. Cone steps up in the pocket. The protection's good, and the pass is incomplete. Turner knocked that one away from Rancher.
This is coming back, though. I believe that Southern Illinois was offsides. They brought the blitz, and they got a little antsy. Let's see. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Good eye, Coach. I didn't pick that up.
Boy, and I'll tell you, they had him off the field there. Couldn't see it. It was one of the outside rushers.
5 yards. Repeat third down.
All right, so suddenly 3rd and 14 becomes 3rd and 9.
Well, both teams now with 7 penalties, but that was a costly one.
That was a possession penalty.
Yep.
3rd and 9. The catch, and he is brought down.
Going to be about 4 yards short of it, I believe.
At the 49-yard line, and with 9.5 minutes to go, and you're down 14 points.
You go. Oh, I think you go. I don't think there's any question about it.
Well, here comes the punt team.
That's a little bit of a surprise. Not a total surprise, but a little bit surprised. Right at midfield, at about long 4.
Turner has the heels of his shoes on the 13-yard line. Woodward left foots it down the field, up into the wind. And this is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. 51-yard punt, no return. The Salukis have the lead and the ball, and we're midway in the fourth quarter in Carbondale. 9.5 minutes to go here in Carbondale. Southern Illinois, a 34-20 lead over UMass. Salukis have the football. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And obviously the goal here, run that clock if they can.
Ooh, what a hit. What a hit on the sideline.
John Randall on the carry. There's big Carl Mock.
Well, you know what? This is going to be Carl's last season coaching. A big old gruff bear of a man. He's got the kindest heart. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed working with him, how well respected he is in the National Football League. And, after all those years, when he was a center at Houston, going against Joe Green twice a year, now, where did his wife pick? Denton, Texas. That's where they're going to live. And he's going to have to look at that big picture of Joe Green on the stadium every day.
Yeah, there's a big painting of Joe Green on the side of the stadium for North Texas. It was North Texas State in those days. Hill, pass out to the fullback, and very close to a first down.
That is a first down on that spot. Nice play.
Rick Burgess has already
Burgess again.
Burgess has a touchdown catch tonight. Salukis in the playoffs for the 5th consecutive year. Only Montana has a better record with consecutive current trips to the playoffs. Montana made the playoffs this year for the 15th consecutive time. Of course, they were knocked out last week, and Southern Illinois looking to win and move on. Wofford took them out last week, and Wofford's going to play Richmond tonight.
Yep, and that was at Montana, in Missoula.
1st and 10 at the 30. Clock is running. Wow.
Well, you could hear the pads
smacking down there.
They really getting after it. And getting back to Carl Mock, Jerry Kill said what a tremendous difference he's made in their program, bringing all the pro techniques in, pass blocking in particular, protection schemes. He leads the team in the Saluki fight song after the game. Gets all emotional. I mean, I love the guy. I really do. And I think anybody that's played for him in the National Football League always enjoyed him tremendously.
That was Richard White on the carry. 14 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. You know, we showed you the artist rendering of the new football facility here at Southern Illinois. But they've done more than just draw up the plans. We'll tell you about that in a second. On second down, it's White again. They'll take it across the 35 up to the 36-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4, and obviously it'll be a critical down for UMass. But, you know, here in Carbondale, they've already got a brand new weight room and a new academic facility and new offices for Southern Illinois. We met with the coaches there yesterday. Great facility.
Yeah, Trout Whitman Center for academics are really impressive, and the weight room and the whole bit is just beautiful.
3rd down and 4.
Of course, now they've had 3 runs in a row here, and they're trying to run that clock. 6:52.
Allen goes in motion. Hill on the play action. You know he's a threat to run. Hemmed in and stopped.
Smart football player there. Rather than get out of bounds and stop the clock, allowed himself to be tackled in bounds.
Jason Hatchell.
Clock running. Jason Hatchell, boy, what a, you know, we haven't talked about him today. What a great football player Jason Hatchell is, the junior linebacker for UMass. Benches over 400 pounds. Man, he was impressive last year when we did their game.
So it's 4th down and 5. Clock continues to run. UMass has all 3 of their timeouts. Salukis have all 3 of theirs as well.
Would think now that UMass would go into a no-huddle situation, 2-minute offense, I would think.
Ravenesi got it away in good shape. Good kick.
Great kick into the wind. Boy, Ravenesi's had a huge day.
And getting up over the, my goodness, that was not a heads-up football play there. Courtney Robinson hit out of bounds.
Very foolish, very foolish.
John Habby.
There's 2 flags on this play.
Oh, and that may work to Southern Illinois' benefit here.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They're going to be offsetting here. Got a lot of things to sort out right here. Yep.
This is an officiating crew out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Jeff Hiller is our referee tonight. Clock stopped 5:46 left in the 4th quarter.
After the change of possession, holding number 43 on the receiving team. The penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. After the play was over, personal foul against the kicking team. The penalty is 15 yards, 1st down.
All right, so they marked off the personal foul because it was a dead ball foul.
That's it.
Southern Illinois raced out to a quick lead. They had a 20-3 lead early. They led 27-13 at the half. Here in the second half, it's 34-20. All right, we're going to take a break here. 5:47 to go in the 4th. You're watching the NCAA Division I Football Championship.
Yep, a good move by Kevin Morris, coordinator, going to the no huddle.
Michael Omar now with 9 catches on the game, and they are definitely in the hurry-up mode. Gain of 7, clock continues to run. Cohen down the seam, complete. It's Owen again, fighting for yards. And finally the whistle is blown at the 33-yard line.
But, you know, they love to hit those seams like that against zone coverage. You give them zone, take a look at it. There's the seam right there between the corner and the safety.
A 29-yard gain. Michael Omar, 10 catches, 114 yards. Rancher, 4 catches for 126 yards. And here goes Lawrence on the carry, down to the 23-yard line. Get this, Doug, when you take a look at it, UMass is going to have 3 100-yard receivers today. if Moore catches another pass. He's got 7 grabs for 94 yards, yet they still trail by 14.
Amazing. Yep. Well, again, the 3 turnovers have been the key.
Cohen on the rollout. To the end zone for Moore. Intercepted. And Lindsey, still on his feet, finally dives down at the 21-yard line.
A flag was thrown. I don't know if it was to mark the spot. I think it was to mark the spot, but I'm not positive.
It's down at the goal line.
Possibly to decide whether he was in the end zone or not. I'm not sure. But both coaches are looking on a lot of interest right here.
Cohen has exactly 400 passing yards tonight. Second consecutive game he's thrown for 400 yards.
That gets him over 3,000 yards.
Yeah.
Ohio Valley crew trying to get this one. This was a big call in this game.
Huge call. It looked as if UMass was going in for a touchdown that would have cut the lead to 7. Corey Lindsey made the interception and returned it back to the 21-yard line.
Possibly an interference call, don't know.
This is our second long officials discussion in the 4th quarter.
Well, this is a big one. They have to get this right.
Pass interference, number 36 on the defense. Personal foul, number 1 after the return. The penalty's offset.
Wow.
We replay the down.
Wow. Whoa. How big was that personal foul on Moore?
Let's see if we can possibly see the interference first. No, I think that occurred, I think, in the end zone right there. Yeah, there you see it right there. That pretty much tells you Clayton Johnson, he was the one that was called for interference in the end zone. Well, doesn't matter. UMass second and short.
Here's the handoff to Lawrence. And he has got the first down at the 21-yard line. Boy, it looked like that's going to be a huge call in this play. If that interception had stood, it would have probably been it for UMass.
Yeah, watch the 61 right here. That was that Lockwood had a tackle inside there.
Back to live action. Cohen pressures on.
Got it.
Get it away. Rancher inside the 10. Still fighting. Inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. It's first and goal for UMass.
Boy, Rasheed Rancher, he has really jumped out at me today. He'll be in he'll definitely be in an NFL camp someplace next fall. Again, these crossing routes have been very, very effective for UMass today.
Line of scrimmage is officially the 4. Rancher now 5 catches, 143 yards and a touchdown.
All kinds of time. All kinds of time.
UMass has all 3 of their timeouts. Cone, pass, touchdown. Brad Listorti,
who we thought we might see today. Quite an interesting story. Outstanding pro prospect tight end. Had back surgery in training camp for UMass, and this is the first he's played today, all year long. Boy, what a play he made at an opportune moment for the Minutemen.
all the plays are big here. Extra point is up and good. 34-27.
Now, the key decision will be, is this an onside kick or not? We'll talk about that coming back.
Cohen, Listorti, the touchdown. It's a 7-point game with more than 4 minutes to play. 34-27, 4 minutes to go. UMass pulled to within a touchdown. 4 minutes to go. UMass has all 3 of their timeouts. Is an onside kick here a possibility, Doug?
Possibility. If it were me, I would kick it away. But surprisingly to me, Southern Illinois does not have their hands team on the field.
UMass has not attempted an onside kick this year. 2 of the 3 attempted against the Salukis, however, this year have been successful. They're going to bring it out. Turner's going to bring it out 2 yards deep in the end zone. Bad decision. Dropped at the 14.
Yeah, real bad decision, especially when you consider the situation in the game primarily. Boy, now the Salukis start with very, very poor field position. Ball being spotted right on the 14-yard line.
Quarterback comparison, you see Cohen with the big edge. Of course, UMass has thrown 3 interceptions. Hill has also run the ball 10 times for 37 yards.
2 outstanding quarterbacks. The numbers, you know, are one thing, but boy, I'd say both these guys can play. And Cohen, of course, you got to understand some of those they're trying to fight their way back the whole game. They have tried to force a couple.
UMass trailed here in the second half by 3 touchdowns. Now they've cut it to 7 points. Wow. Sack time.
Boy, and I'm surprised that the Salukis came out throwing with, you know, especially with the situation of the game. Now the clock is running. And at some point inside of 3 minutes, I think if you're UMass, you start using your timeouts right away. You don't wait for the offense.
That was Kyle Harrington, the nose tackle. So that's a loss of 5, 2nd down and 15.
Boy,
running.
You just get the feeling this is going to be a wild one right up to the end.
Again, we see the power eye set. Hill play action. Throwing wide open. 1st down at the 31-yard line. The reception by Alan Turner.
And stayed in bounds. Take a look at the route here. It's a 3 deep zone, corner route. That's the 2nd time they've hit the corner route and stayed in bounds. That is a heads-up play right there by Turner. Boy, now that, you know, field position changes, everything changes. Here I am questioning them for throwing the football. What do I know?
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Clock running. Now you got to run it. You have to.
Hill taking as much time as he can off the play clock. Snaps the ball with it at 3. This is Randall. Randall with a good gain on 1st down.
You know, and David, Southern Illinois throwing the football right there, that shows tremendous confidence in Hill, because you're not concerned with him making a foolish throw, you know, because then if you do that now, you're really going to be questioned as the head coach.
Timeout is charged to UMass. That's their 1st timeout of the half. This is a 30-second timeout.
All right, so the Minutemen have 2 timeouts remaining. The Salukis have all 3.
2nd time that Hill has thrown that corner route where the ball was thrown before the receiver really made his final break.
He really has thrown some tight balls into the wind, and that one was into the wind, and it was a clutch throw and catch.
And, of course, Turner staying in bounds. That really shows this football team is really well coached.
So many storylines in this game, Doug. UMass, of course, made it all the way to the national championship game last year before losing to Appalachian. Southern Illinois has been to the quarterfinal round the last 3 years in a row. Haven't been able to push it through to the semifinals. Now they've got the football, and they're a couple of 1st downs away from doing just that. And they won't have to play Northern Iowa next week. They've already lost to Delaware. So they would face the Blue Hens. They would be at home if they can hold on and win the game. Again, it's Randall, and he has dropped shy of the 1st down marker at the 40. And UMass looks as if they have called another timeout. They have indeed. They have 1 left.
Remaining in the game.
Yeah, that's smart. And I'll tell you that, again, Aaron Lockwood, the left guard, again, he has been so impressive to me today. He pulled around on that power play. He has really been tremendous. And there you see Coach Brown huddling with the troops right there, trying to get all their strategies set. You know, when are we going to call the next timeout? Exactly what do we want to do? We've got to strip the football. You know, they're not going to throw it. So corners are going to start edging up a little bit. They're going to get into all 8-man fronts. Those are the kind of things on the other side of the ball. Coach Kill is going over their strategy. 2 hands on the football. No foolish penalties. you know, let's be smart. Stay in bounds.
All right, so we're ready for the NCAA Division I Football Championship concludes on ESPN2 HD on December 14th. Game coverage begins at 8 p.m. For more, check out ncaasports.com. 3rd down and 2. Maybe the biggest play of the game right here. Hill, quarterback keeper. He's got it. Wow. For UMass.
Yep. You know, and of course, what you want to avoid here if you're Jerry Kill, you certainly do not want to have to punt the football away or take a chance on that. I mean, the wheels are grinding right now. Exactly what can we do?
How much time?
How much time can we take? Now they can't. We know they can't stop the clock any longer.
So you're going to snap the ball with the clock stopped on 2nd down.
Yep.
So there's a couple of seconds on the clock, for UMass, providing they can get a 3rd down stop.
Yeah, and you're certainly not going to snap a ball. If the clock is running, you're not going to snap a ball till 1 second to go on the play clock. You're doing everything you can to bleed that clock.
Well, if the Salukis hold on and win this game, you look back to their quick start, the way they were able to get pressure in the first half on Liam Cohen, and the way the Saluki defense came up with the turnovers in the second half.
3 interceptions. That, to me, is the whole story of this football game for the Salukis.
2nd down and 9. It's Randall, and he's very close to another 1st down at the UMass 48.
Well, now 3rd down. Now here comes the crucial 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and about 1. Now if they get the 1st down here, it's over.
Now, if they don't pick up the 1st down,
that's where you got
and it's close enough to measure, do you consider going for it on 4th down?
Well, either that or depending exactly how many seconds are left, even taking a snap and running backwards and running out the clock. Again, you really got to have confidence in your quarterback in all those scenarios, and they practice all those scenarios.
Well-played game by 2 superior teams in this division.
2 very well-coached football teams.
All right, so the Salukis take the timeout.
And there's Karl Mock going through all the scenarios with Coach Kill as to exactly how we have to get this thing over.
Of course, this is Jimmy V week, and Jerry Kill's had his own health problems, and he's bounced back from that. We told you in the first half that Colorado State has asked for permission to talk to this staff. Sonny Lubick has retired. He has done a wonderful job here in Carbondale.
You know, he calls himself an overachiever, and he is. He was a 160-pound linebacker in college. They said, look, go out for the basketball team. He said, no, I'm a football player. Ended up starting at that size and was all-conference 2 years. A tremendous story, and he is, and as Karl Mock told me, that he's really a father to every player on that team.
He ran the defense for Dennis Franchione at Pittsburgh State. The AD at Colorado State is the AD that hired him here in Carbondale. After the timeout, 3rd down and 2. Handoff. 1st down.
That's the game. Jerry Kill, congratulations. Now you're just going to kneel on it every snap and until the clock runs out. And wow, what a victory for Southern Illinois. There's Karl, the big old bear. There will be tears running down his cheeks in the locker room singing the Salukis fight song. Now, I promise you.
And now Southern Illinois will get a chance to stay at home again next week. They will host Delaware. They earned that right by being one of the 4 seeded teams in this tournament. And this is the team's favorite formation.
Absolutely. Great football game, well-played football game. Boy, 2 very, very solid teams.
Southern Illinois is going to go to 12-1. UMass will end the season at 10-3. Liam Cohen will be back next year for his senior year with UMass. So we'll see more of the Minutemen in the future, but the future is now for Northern Illinois. They bolt to a 20-3 lead. They lead by 14 at the break, and they celebrate a 34-27 win in the Division I quarterfinals over the Minutemen of the University of Massachusetts. And here are our semifinal brackets. In the top, Southern Illinois will host Delaware, the CAA, next week. Appalachian, the two-time defending champ, they await the winner of Richmond of the CAA and Wofford of the Southern Conference.
Well, I'll tell you, that's going to be a great football game with Delaware next week here in Carbondale.
That's it from McAndrew Stadium at Southern Illinois. Our final 34-27, the Salukis win. The NCAA Division I Football Championship concludes on ESPN2 HD on December 14th. For a preview of every national championship, including the Division I Football Championship, go to ncaasports.com. For Doug Braver and our entire crew, this is Dave Weekly saying so long from Carbondale. Congratulations to the Salukis.